Big old world ain't got no limit. Invitations right here, come get it. Everybody come on. Everybody come on. You're gonna have to see it all to believe it. So let loose and don't fight the feeling. Everybody come on. Everybody come on. 1, 2, 3, go.
We the whole party, yeah, we poppin'. Turning heads when the beat dropping. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Woo! Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. We the whole party, yeah, we poppin'. Turning heads when the beat dropping. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Woo! Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Go on and lose it.
You take my breath away. Got me so cold when you blur the lines of your pixel face. That blurry edge is a riptide. You're there in my imagination, but my brain just doesn't let it happen. I feel good, but I'm not sane. So move on, just give me some headspace. Step by step, we conquer the demons, breaking up my mind into pieces. I'm alright when I'm caught in the middle. That's okay, I'm a sucker for trouble. Wasted in my very own kingdom, stripped down like an innocent victim. You did this all to me. Innocence is ecstasy. I'm getting lost in the haze. I think I need some more headspace. Step by step, we conquer the demons, breaking up my mind into pieces. I'm alright when I'm caught in the middle. That's okay, I'm a sucker for trouble. Yeah, my little Freddy He's got a home upon my shoulder. His little voice always telling me to work it harder. I try my best, but my mind is never satisfied. I wanna go home, wanna go back, so I'm not demonized. I levitate just to rise above reality. I levitate cause the vanity is coming from the upside down where my brain lives. Never gonna take sides when I'm watching all the tides rip. So give me some headspace. Step by step we conquer the demons, breaking up my mind into pieces. I'm alright when I'm caught in the middle. That's okay, I'm a sucker for trouble. Give me some headspace. I'm alright when I'm caught in the middle. That's okay, I'm a sucker for trouble. My mind is playing games with things I can't believe. Fake news coming off my screen. Gold dust over everything. Flip through and I see your face. Cover up with pixelates, but you're so lovely in reality. You taste like water. You're so vanilla. My favorite color. So paint me paint me we fall back to the old ways. Act like it's a school day. Making up shit about someone. Try to start a revolution. You still got the same face, but it's tied to a new name. You can't hide forever, cause your past will never die. I got the eye of a tiger and the tongue of a lion. You're lucky you're not my taste. You taste like water. You're so vanilla. My favorite color. So paint me paint me Rolling to a desert, looking for reception. Getting so lost, I'm over this. I'm the only one to turn wine into water. Pace me out. You taste like you're never gonna love. You're never gonna love. You're never gonna love. I know. You taste like water. You're so vanilla. My favorite color. So paint me out. Paint me
Look, ay, honestly, I've been out here trying to find my rhythm. Been a minute since I let loose. Everything I'm feeling, new beginnings got at it, I got laughing at all of the endings that just happened when I took the mask off. Could pretend that we were friendly when I met. Told you that I'm out to get it, so you never should have questioned the location where my head is. I've been headed out west though, on my cyber pivot.
Welcome, everybody, to the Stadium Showmatch, hosted by Hammer and Shield Productions. My name is Trisamel, and I will be casting today's games alongside Iggy.
Hi everyone, welcome in. For those of you that don't know, Stadium is Overwatch 2's MOBA style game mode, where two teams fight through rounds, earning Stadium cash to buy power boosting items and unlock game-changing ability modifiers.
There are no hero swaps. Players are forced to build their character over time round by round, in first or third person, in a best of 7 map series.
Today we have quite the Stadium showdown featuring 10 of OCE's finest Overwatch content creators. Together they'll be battling out in a pug-style show match with pre-selected captains choosing their allies mostly based off vibes. We're not keeping score today, this is all for fun. Each round we'll be swapping up the captains as well, and the teams will all be different to keep things fresh and you, the audience, on their toes. Please make sure you're cheering on your favorite content creator all night long.
Speaking of creators, let's go ahead and introduce them. First off, we have Yak. Photo. It's almost like I'm looking at Zenyatta himself.
And then we've got Cass. Cass considers themselves a Hazard, Ashe, and Ana main that is here to bring the laughs. Definitely a good vibe for any team.
Next up is Pi by Pi. She started playing Overwatch 2 just after its launch. She's played in a number of ANZ creator face-offs, included one on my team, and she also loves cosplay.
She is a DPS enjoyer who might kill everyone or go negative. There's no in between. You can probably find them in a ranked game flourishing their Cassidy mythic weapon when they probably should be just shooting the enemy.
Up next is Astral Nyx. She's a positive source of energy for her community, regardless of how many matches lost. She is terrified to play tank in DPS, but is slowly boosting her confidence in those roles. She also has done a very cool Juno cosplay at last year's PAX.
Next up, we've got Punch. Punch likes making video games in their spare time, but they're also known for crafting the most diabolical stadium builds possible. Definitely one to watch out for tonight.
Next is the Hog Maniac known as Shin. This guy loves running some Roadhog, scaring a lot of open Q's Dayers with his hooks. He also is a Genji enthusiast. Maybe this is something to look out for.
We've got Liam Fox up next, and they've been playing Overwatch for 8 years, playing at a semi-professional level for 5 of those. They're known mainly as a support main, but in Stadium, they really want to play a tank, so it'll be interesting to look out for.
We also have Coco, a positive streamer who prioritizes conversations with their community and making new friends. She's a Mercy and Kiriko main, but is slowly branching out into a bit of DPS.
Last up, we've got Ryota. Known as the resident Bastion OTP of OCE, they excel at doing dumb shit to get good laughs out of everyone, but they often fall short of the gameplay side of things.
Now, that is all of our creators introduced today. Now, it's time to get into our first 2 captains. We are going to be having a bit of a cosplay off here with Yako and Astral Nyx as our captains today, and they have gone ahead and already decided their teams, so we are ready to get into our first match.
Should be a pretty exciting one coming up here. I'm really looking forward to who they pick for their first team members. It will be very interesting to see if they're going to pick people based off skill, vibes, or maybe just people that they know that they've played with before for comfort.
Yeah, I guess, Iggy, do you have anyone that you're looking out for that you think is going to be a standout player today?
Definitely keeping my eye on Liam Fox. He's been around the pro scene for a little bit here. But I also wouldn't put it past Shin to pull out some incredible tank plays. Although, am I correct in saying that both Hog and Wrecking Ball aren't in Stadium?
Yeah, we do have a bit of upset, I guess, for Shin's character pool, but he did say he's a bit of a Genji enthusiast. Maybe we'll see him on that today. I think we've got a couple people that I think are really going to be we're going to have to look out for. I know Killy has been playing a lot of Stadium, and I think Ryota, there's no Bastion here in the Stadium pool, but maybe there's some Torbjorn, there's some turret action you can kind of get going.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see how they pull that one off. With no Bastion being a hard Bastion one trick is going to be probably a little bit tricky. I think you may bring up a good point as well of how many people actually practice this game mode. I feel like having the advantage of hopping on Overwatch and choosing Stadium as your main game mode and putting a lot of hours into this, even if your normal rank in the normal game mode is not very high, but if you have just the experience in Stadium, probably will give you the edge ultimately to be able to probably beat people that are generally a higher rank than you.
Yeah, I will say in my personal experience playing Stadium, being high ranked, it does not matter all too much. It's definitely more of a team game, and sometimes if you play too good in one round, you can kind of snowball with enough money there to buy a lot of stuff, and you can kind of counter build into other people as well.
Yeah, I have seen a lot of people choosing the counter build playstyle in order to be able to win those more tougher fights, because you are locked into the character. You might be locked into something that might be easily countered by the like enemy's heroes, and you can't swap off the hero you're on, so you end up having to completely change maybe the build you had in mind to then be able to counter the counters, so to speak, to be able to give yourself a fighting chance.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we are all just done through the draft here, so we are going to be getting into our first game. Now, Stadium and Custom might just be a little buggy, but I will say for our teams, we have Killy Mercury playing alongside Coco, Shin, Ryoto, and Yako. And for Team 2, we have Astro Nyx playing with Cass, Liam Fox, Pi by Pi, and Punch.
Fantastic. This is quite an interesting matchup we've got here. Off of first glance, who do you think is the stronger team?
I will say it might be leaning a little more towards Team 1. Just seeing Liam Fox on Sojourn there and Punch on Hazard, pretty scary stuff, I will say. Very scary. And, Ryoto might be a Bastion player. I don't know how they're going to fare on Ashe, but I guess we'll have to see.
Well, I guess you can consider Bob as a kind of turret. They can do the shooting for you as if it is.
Just a bit of auto-aiming going on there. We'll have to see.
If I remember correctly, I think there's a perk you can get, or an ability rather, with Ashe, where you can get Bob pretty quickly. It's basically a cooldown. So there's your turret cooldown right there.
Yeah, and it sends a little mini Bob instead. We'll have to see how it plays out. Now, Armory phase just coming to an end here, so we're about to get into our first game mode, which is Push. Now, this is a shortened version of the original map that is played in regular ranked competitive. Have to see how we go here.
A couple of interesting team comps going on. It's not one you'd probably see in your normal ranked games, although I think the Hazard comp is ultimately stronger.
Speaking of, first pick comes in from Liam Fox onto Ryoto as a bit of damage is going back and forth as Punch diving in straight on top of Yako, I believe it is, finds the kill with the wall, but Shin gets the trade off onto Liam Fox as well. We have a bit of a 4v4 going on here.
Yeah, it seems pretty close. I mean, it's interesting to see from the different players' perspectives. I believe the camera will capture how each player is deciding to go, whether they've chosen to be third person or first person for these fights.
Yeah, and it seems like the pressure from Team 1 is just a little too much as they're about to get the first checkpoint here, but Shin picks up a triple kill as Punch is able to get one trade back, but it's not going to be enough as Liam Fox kind of has to fall back a little bit as the entire team is diving on top of Punch, make sure they're getting him down, and the robot is going to push in the other way.
Yeah, Hazard can be so hard to kill in this game mode. He's already hard to kill in the normal game mode, but with all the perks and the abilities that you can buy, you can just be this unkillable machine.
Yeah, we do love a bit of block slot, but we have the Diva Bomb coming out here. Doesn't find anyone as a bit of space is being taken by Punch here, but he's down low, and we have the High Noon coming out from Astro Nyx. Not able to find anybody as Diva gets in his face and eats that up for breakfast. Getting real low here. Ooh. Shin finds Astro Nyx's Punch, gets another trade onto Ryoto. We're down both DPS for one fight.
Yeah, Punch getting incredibly low there. Gets taken out by the Kiriko clone of all things. Liam Fox gets taken out too. It's getting very, very
finds a nice
close here
snipe
to an
onto Cass.
overtake from Red Team.
Yeah, and we have about to take the lead here just for Red Team. Very nice. That's the first checkpoint secured. Now, halfway done with the match. We have D.Va falling very low as the mech pops and just pushed onto by the entire team as we have the ult coming out from Sojourn. Finds Ryoto. A bit of counter ulting coming in from the Moira as Punch finds Yako, and that kind of takes the switch for Coco. Finds Liam Fox, puts him down, and well, it's not enough, but it is a little bit. We'll take it. And they're kind of pushing onto the supports here, trying to find one. Killy getting very low. Punch gets the jagged hit. As the payload moves back.
That is a very important kill for them to get. They're not staggered for a full team fight here. They're going to struggle to be able to stop them from getting the lead. But Ryota's able to take out 3 with the Bob. So it's the deadly Bob right there. That's channeling his Bastion moves right into the Bob.
A little bit of aimbot there, but the D.Va is just pressuring Liam Fox out, saying you might be the highest ranked player here, but you're not allowed, as overtime falls and the map goes to Team 2.
Well,
they were just unable to touch there at the very end, and both the tanks are getting the highest points, but Shin might have just moved a little better, getting a bit more points, having a bit more value. Now, was the D.Va here a really good pick into these DPS? I believe it's 2 hit scans that they're up against. I think it's a Cass and a Sojourn, so it might be the play here.
Yeah, I can definitely see how D.Va would be a decent pick here. It's interesting, off just basic looks, you would assume that the Hazard team comp looks a little bit more reliable, but the D.Va has just been too much of an issue for the DPS on Team Blue to be able to take any ground and get these picks that they need. The DM in the face is just a little bit better than the Hazard block in the face,
Yeah, and there are some items that these hit scans on Team 1 are able to build to kind of counter the whole armor stacking that D.Va has to kind of counter these hit scans off, right? But we'll probably have to wait for that into next round to see if we're able to build any of that, as the next map we have loaded into here is Control Point.
Yeah, it'll be a bit interesting to see how everyone chooses to change up their builds, especially Team Blue. They're being down 1. Are they going to now pick a couple things, knowing what the enemy team comp is and what went wrong? Are they maybe going to try and pick a couple of abilities and items that are going to counter what just happened to them? Or are they just going to full on keep on going with the build that they had in mind to begin with?
I have to see how it plays out as Armory phase has come to an end and we're about to get stuck into another fight here. Let's see how this is going to go. Now, the way Stadium works is that the losing team actually does get a bonus for being down rounds. So they actually generate money more than the winning team. So the options for a comeback is completely open here, as Punch kind of in an odd spot here, and Shin's trying to follow up as Punch getting real low, and he's found out by Shin.
Yeah, losing your tank that early in the fight is going to be really tough for Red Team to be able to for Blue Team to be able to keep on the momentum, and it looks like they're being pushed back into spawn already. This is not a great start for them, unfortunately.
Seems like Shin just being very impressive, finding Cass unable to get back as Yako lands the Helix rocket onto Astrolnix, and a bit of space is just being taken here as Punch going in, down 2 of his teammates, but seems like there's not too much going to be happening here. The Jagged Wall gets eaten by the D.Va, and we have a very early D.Va bomb coming out. Is it going to find any? Does not. As we have Liam Fox taken down by Ryoto. That's some Bastion main aim right there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was having his fool this whole time, just like nerfing himself by putting him on a Bastion character, but the guy's got aim.
Yes, we have Shin finding Astrolnix and Coco finding a lovely headshot onto Punch, and we are going to the spawn. We are trying to follow all these kills. We're trying to maximize the amount of time we're going to get on this control center, because they are 65%, 6-7% close to finishing this map here, as Liam Fox finds Yako, and Shin is getting aggressive to get this trade back. Now we have a 4v4. Both teams down 1 DPS. Don't have any ults coming up, but we do have a couple getting close on the blue team as Astrolnix finds Killy Mercury. Ryoto falling back as a bit of space is taken. It's looking to be in favor of Team 1 here.
Yeah, it looks like blue team
they
are finally
flip the
going to
point.
get that flip and retake a little bit of space going on. Not being pushed back into spawn anymore, but it looks like we're looking up to get a couple of clean kills here. Astral next able to take out Yako, but Ryota be able to make the trade back onto Astral. Getting pretty damn close. This fight is hard to see who's going to win at this point. It seems so spread out.
Liam Fox is able to find Coco as Shin is falling back. A little bit of a reset for Team 2 here. Just gonna relax a little bit. Oh, it seems like the Ash might get caught out, but Shin is just here for the rescue as the ult comes out. He finds 2 down. But a beautiful cleanse from Coco is able to keep everybody alive as Shin's committing. And Punch is also getting hit, but we have the flying Moira ult from Killy Mercury. Finds Punch, and we are continuing on. Also finds Cass.
That was an incredible Moira ult from Killy there. Able to retake the point.
Is going to flip,
be very hard.
Overtime's going down as they're pushing to the spawn. They are not allowed in here. They are doing their absolute best, but we have another win here. Now, I will say, in terms of Stadium and how this works, there is a mercy rule. I'm not sure if we have that enabled, but if Team 2 wins the next round and they have more than 10,000 coins compared to the Team 1, they will actually force a win. So, we'll have to see how this round plays. It could be the last round for our first match here.
Yeah, it's getting pretty close. I mean, there's about an 8k difference at the moment, but if they keep up what they've been already doing with just an utter dominance from red team here, it might be an early match very quickly. It does look like people are switching up the builds a little bit here, selling a couple of their items, maybe getting a couple of upgrades to keep on that force, that momentum that they've already got.
We see a bit of ability power build on Punch here, which I believe is damage coming from the slash the wall and the blocking spikes for Hazard. Very interesting build. I've never actually played with a Hazard in Stadium before, so I've no clue how this will go.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I don't think I've played with a Hazard either, but I imagine because the ability power affects so much of your kit, it's just the go-to choice for Hazard, just like it would be for Junkie Queen, where so many of her abilities are you just max those out and you become just an absolute monster to deal with.
Yeah, and it seems like for Team 2, they are only building ability power for every single character that they're on, so every bit of mouse wanting is going to be not doing as much damage as you'd hope, but each ability is going to hurt like hell. So we're going to see here as we're getting into, I don't even remember what this game mode is called, double payload?
Let's call it double payload for now. If anyone in chat wants
it is the race to the finish
us.
game mode as both teams are pushing a cart at the same time as Ryoto starts payload race. We have just heard in is the game mode as Ryoto finds the kill onto Cass. Shin getting very low here, down to critical, falls back a little bit of an advantage for Team 2 here. As Punch diving in deep, but goes really low, and Killy Mercury finds the pick as we have Yako on a bit of a flank here, but Astro finds the trade onto Moira. What is our next step going to be? Ryoto looking at the Cass getting very low, followed up by the Jets on Diva, as the Team 2 cart is taking a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, Team 2 cart definitely is taking a lead. It does look like the blue team are still struggling, even with their upgrades and maybe a little bit of extra money. And they did change their kits as well, but again, Punch getting incredibly low. Isn't able to stay in the fight very long before having to jump out consistently. Whereas Shin is just in their face non-stop.
And the Diva Bomb comes out from Shin, but he's found out of his mech by Punch before he's able to get back in. And Yako finds the kill onto Liam Fox. What is the next steps going to be? Punch taking a lot of space here, but we have a lot of healing coming out from Killy Mercury with the triple Moira Orb ability. Now, Team 2 was about to get to the second checkpoint, and they just have as ult comes out from Punch, cleanse, but Liam Fox is there with the trades, finds 2 as Punch gets Coco down with his spikes. And it seems like Team 1 is going to take a little bit of a lead here. Oh, but I spoke too soon. Shin has found 2. And we have a bit of a tank off here as Shin gets popped out of mech. Baby Diva about to fall down here, and it's time for Team 1 to actually get some lead here. So Ryoto finds Cass with the dynamite there.
It does look like both teams are getting a little bit of a push here. It's going to come together towards the end of this map where both payloads do collide, and it gets very, very close. Punch can just live a little longer and contest that payload a bit, his team is going to be able to push through and maybe even cap
The
this one
Kiriko
point.
ult coming out from Team 1. Liam Fox finds the pick onto Yako as Moira ult out from Killy. We're going to be able to find anything. Nothing yet, but we have the counter Kiriko ult out from Coco, and Killy finds Liam Fox flying around in the air, but the Moira ult back has found Killy from Cass, and Punch has found two. One with his ult, one with the spikes, and Shin's Diva Bomb comes out, finds Pi. It is absolute mayhem here, but Team 1 has been taking the lead this entire time.
Yeah, Shin has just managed to pick off 3 on his own. He's got a health pool of almost 900. He can just stay in the fight for so long, and there's just so much damage coming from that Diva. Need to finish him off.
Baby Diva just barely surviving Liam Fox's ult, but Punch is camping this payload. He is not letting Team 2 push at all. Team 1 needs to get in and get on top of Team 1's payload. Otherwise, this map might just go to Team 1, and it looks like it has. What a great comeback. And as we see there, the Mercy rule was not enforced. Oh, I was mistaken.
Yeah.
Wait, this is 2-1.
Yeah, that was weird. That should have just been 1 point towards blue.
Yeah, but we did see the points go up for Team 2 there, but I believe that might have just been a visual glitch. That was Team
I
1
agree.
winning that round.
Very interesting fight. It's nice to see a little bit of a comeback story, the little underdog going on. We can see a reverse sweep here, and personally, I'd love to see one.
We're here on, I believe this is, I forget what this map, we're here on Clash on Hanaoka, which is actually a kind of a remix, revamp of Hanamura for those Overwatch 1 players in chat that might remember the good old days. So this game mode essentially is similar to Control Point, but the percentage goes up a lot faster, and the teams are fighting to, I believe it's first to 3 map point wins.
Yeah, it's not very high compared to the normal Clash mode. So we've got these kind of mini-map series. It's like mini-games almost, versions of each map. It's just a kind of a little snippet of each one. So we don't have the full Clash map here, so it's just going to be, I think it might only be 2, actually. Is it first to 2 or 3?
Yeah, so I believe it's first to... Oh, I think it is first to 2, actually. That is my bad.
No, that's all right.
So essentially, this game mode works similar to how a hybrid first point works. We have to sit in the point for a specific amount of time, and then you capture that point.
Be interesting to see how the red team has changed their builds now to counteract the counteracting that the blue team has just done. It's the kind of beauty of the stadium game mode where you do have to counter the counters and then counter again to be able to work out what the enemy team has picked and choose your abilities accordingly, you know?
Counter after counter as the fighting on the point has just begun, and we see Shin trying to take a bit of space here, and the orb's coming out, but we have Punch on the flank. Are we going to be able to have any assistance for it? Yako turns around, trying to get some hits off, but Punch finds Ryoto, finds Coco, and is finally traded out by Yako. We have a 3v4 here.
The tank is out of the fight though, so they might have a chance to recontest, but unfortunately Shin wasn't quick enough to be able to touch that point, and they've already lost it.
Yeah, percentage has gone all the way up, and Team Blue has captured this first point as they're getting a bit of trades, and they are on their way to the next.
Yeah, Team Red has to regroup here pretty quickly as the objective is just about to unlock, and the 5 of them aren't yet grouped up, and they've been chopped down very, very quickly. Yeah, this is
unfortunately
a clean sweep by blue team.
Yeah, Punch has found a first pick as the percentage reaches about a quarter, and the Hazard ult coming out doesn't find anybody. Tries to wall off the Diva as the Diva Bomb from Shin. Will this upgraded Diva Bomb find anybody? No, it does not. Very low Liam Fox in the back gets found by Shin, and have a bit of trades going back and forth. Astra finds Ryoto as Ryoto gets a trade back with the Dynamite, finding Cass. Shin gets a melee kill onto Astral Nyx as Punch attempting to pressure this high ground out a little bit, but he's getting really low, and he falls down to Shin, who peels back to help his team.
That was an excellent retake from Red Team there. It definitely looked like it was in Blue's favor to just take this one running and make the dream of a reverse comeback true, but it looks like Red's going to be able to recontest, and we're going to have a full-on team fight for the last point.
Yeah, this will be the final point. Both teams are going to be fighting here. Now, we have both DPS ults for red team and just a little Kiriko ult for blue team. We're going to see which one is going to be of more value here, but we also are coming up on both support ults for red team. It's not looking too well as Bob knocks off Cass and Ryoto finishes it off with the gun, and Yako popping that visor, finds Liam Fox as Shin finds Punch, and things have just completely flipped script. Blue team capturing the first point is now on the back pedal here as Shin and Yako are just taking space as the point is being capped. We're at about a third of the way. Yako hopping on to kind of accelerate that capture point a little bit. Will we see Shin being able to hold off everybody before they can touch?
They have 5 ults.
Punch's ult comes out as Killy Mercury ulting, getting him down, and looks like red team has found themselves the 3rd round win. One more and they will take away this first series.
No, it's incredibly close as well. If blue team was able to touch there, they had 5 ults. Every single player on their team had it ready to go. They just needed that first touch to be able to make that momentum and be able to take that victory. But, you know, it's got to play the objective, man. It's how the game goes.
Yeah, and it looks like our potentially last round for this match is going to be a push game mode on Place La Croix.
Place La Croix.
Yeah. Place La Croix. Let's look at a bit of the builds that we have here. Now, we do have Punch investing a lot into the ability power side of things, as the rest of his team doing more weapon damage. I'm not too sure how this will fare. Now, it will work better into the D.Va, but if the D.Va builds a bit more armor resistance, then all this attack damage that this team is investing is not going to be doing too much to her.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like Ashore next has actually decided to go a bit more survivability with their build, picking Cassidy with not only shields, but a health pool of over 400, which is quite a lot for a DPS. It'll be interesting to see how this fares up against Team Red.
And here for Team Red, we've got a little bit of a switch from Shin. He's swapping over from these ability power to a bit more weapon damage, as the rest of them are sticking to the whole ability power side of things. So for Ryoto, that's going to be Bob damage and Dynamite. For Yako, it's mainly just Helix Rocket and the Biotic Field. For Killy, it's going to be mainly the ability power with the damaging orbs and healing orbs. I'm not too sure what the ability power is for Kiriko, though. Might just be heals.
Could probably be heals. Maybe there's some buffs in there to the cleanse and being able to use TP quicker, which is obviously going to be very helpful with Punch constantly diving the back lane now.
Yeah, definitely helpful as Yako getting little bit of damage off onto Punch, as Punch committing in very hard here into the 5 of the team. It's just absolute mayhem coming out here as Ryoto getting some shots off, not able to find a target just yet. Shin getting a little low there. Punch taking his space as the Cass on blue team about to get very low, getting healed up very strongly there as Punch taking space. This is just a very dominating presence here as Shin's attempting to take some space here, but Punch is just sitting here. He's a stone wall saying, no, you're not getting through. But both Moiras have fallen. As Liam Fox also finds Soldier, things are looking a bit more in the way of blue team. Maybe Punch's pressure has just been enabling his team to be able to get through here. As Shin gets a D.Va bomb off, finds both DPS of Team Blue.
Ooh, and the
he finds Punch mid-ult, stops him, so
Ashes alive
both of his teammates are saved.
Now that was a fantastic bomb and follow-up from Shin there. Really turned the tide of the battle when Punch's hazard was just such a sheer force that they couldn't get through. But can't beat a bomb killing all your team, can you?
Yeah, it's a really good amount of pressure here as the lead is about to go to Team Red. Are we going to see a contest here just before? Yes, we have from Punch. He's just making sure this payload doesn't move. And Astronix finds Yako here as a lot of heals are coming out from Coco. Astronix walking forward, gets Killy as well as Punch finds Ryoto. Shin gets the trade onto Astronix as Ryoto Bob comes out, finds Cass. Liam Fox's ult finds Coco as another D.Va bomb is out from Shin. It's not going to find anyone though. Nearly dies just before the remake as he's going to run down Liam Fox. You will not get away from me. Liam Fox decides to take a little bit of a sippy. But that entire time, Punch has been pushing the payload. I didn't even notice, and they flipped the lead.
Ooh, if he gets picked off here, that's going to be bad news for Team Blue. They're going to have to wait for their tank to get back in the fight, and they're definitely going to lose lead here. Not much you can do about it, unfortunately. We did get a little bit of push from the tank to be able to get a little bit more of a lead, but they've now capped the point. It's going to be very hard now with 30 seconds left in the clock for the blue team to recover.
Yeah, quite a bit of pressure as red team flips it back. Liam Fox falls to Shin, who is just absolutely running it through, but we have the Kiriko ult out from blue team, and it assists them in finding Ryoto and Killy Mercury as Shin gets another trade back on Cass, but Punch a little too much pressure here, holding right click, takes down Coco, takes down Yako, as Shin gets DMX'd in the back line, falls to Pi, and we are going to be heading into overtime here as Team Blue are going to be fighting to get this lead.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle, I think, for Team Red to retake this. They've got a couple of ults on the board. We're maybe looking for another Shin ult to be able to get a couple of picks from the Diva Bomb, and maybe something to follow up with the Soldier. We've got not much looking on for Team Blue.
Speaking of that Diva Bomb, it comes out, finds two, Yako's ult, finds Cass's. They've just decided to all press Q, and that is the first match going over to the red team.
Deadly Diva
beautiful
Shin
work.
to save that for them. Oh my god, well done, Shin.
Yeah,
line up on the
beautiful work from Captain Yako.
Yeah, absolutely.
And play of the entire game goes to Ashwell Nix here. Let's see what happened.
This was a very aggressive push, but I like it. We managed to pick up 2 here just by walking right into the team and just relying on their aim.
There's some very nice headshots
Fantastic
going
stack.
across there. How are we feeling after that? I think. Do you think Yako did a good job at assembling that team there?
Absolutely, no doubt about it. I mean, we had our doubts looking into the teams to begin with, being like, "Oh yeah, it looks like this Hazard team might have it just from their team comp alone," and some of these players. But it does look like a lot of these people on Team Red maybe have played a bit more Stadium and know how to make these builds and counter these certain heroes a little bit better, and they might go to show with these upcoming new drafts that these new captains are going to have to pick. When it comes to choosing their team, maybe being a high rank in the normal game mode isn't everything. It's about the skill level, and there was quite a few players on both teams that really popped off. And I don't know about you, but that would be my first pick for this next round coming up.
Yeah, it just goes to show that maybe rank doesn't mean everything, and with this kind of game mode and this many rounds, there's so many factors at play that anyone can win. Anything is gonna happen. Shin's gonna get 9 Diva Bomb kills in one round. Who knows? And as the captains are going to be decided in picking their next teams, we will go to a short break and we will be back ready for the next game.
Step by step we conquer the demons, waking up my mind into pieces. I'm alright when I'm caught in the middle. That's okay, I'm a sucker for trouble. Give me some headspace. I'm alright when I'm caught in the middle. That's okay, I'm a sucker for trouble. My mind is playing games with things I can't believe. Fake news coming off my screen. Gold dust over everything. Flip through and I see your face. Cover up with pixelates, but you're so lovely in reality. You taste like water. You're so vanilla. My favorite color. So paint me out. Paint me out. back to the old ways. Act like it's a school day. Making up shit about someone. Try to start a revolution. You still got the same face, but it's tied to a new name. You can't hide forever, cause your past will never die. I got the eye of a tiger and the tongue of a lion. You're lucky you're not my taste. You taste like water. You're so vanilla. My favorite color. So paint me looking for reception, getting so lost, I'm over this. I'm the only one to turn wine into water. Face me out. You taste like you're never gonna love. You're never gonna love. You're never gonna love. I know. You taste like water. You're so vanilla. My favorite color. So paint me out. Paint me honestly, I've been out here trying to find my rhythm. Been a minute since I let loose everything I'm feeling. New beginners got it, I got laughing at all of the endings that just happened when I took the mask off. Could pretend that we were friendly when I met. Told you that I'm out to get it, so you never should have questioned the location where my head is. I've been headed out west though. On my cyber pivot fake, singing to gas, let a match. Y'all, I finished RP, where I finally reached the higher league, 30,000 feet. Jump into my cadence on a fucking beat for the streets. Full plate, Rick Ross, down to eat. Family, taking care of planting every money tree I can get my hands on. I feel a dance strong, sorta like Sanson. Before he cut his hair off, paired off with a cute thing in a black dress. On and off same night, that's a light switch.
Slide my way, then I might hit this side of the pocket, then I might switch.
Welcome back, everybody. And how are we feeling after that little performance there? How are you feeling, Iggy?
That was a fantastic performance by everyone, I think, involved. Even, I mean, we don't mention them enough, but the supports as well, just dumping all the heals into these dominant forces that were both Shin and Punch on tank there, just going back to back, you know, diving into each other's back lines and being able to get picks and just survive just because of the builds they were able to do. And I guess the stadium knowledge and the hero knowledge. And lucky enough, we have actually got one of them here to discuss that previous game. Welcome here, Shin.
Hello.
How are you feeling after that win?
Prodigy.
I'm feeling very good. First time playing Diva in Stadium.
Weird little flex.
Man, that was good.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling after that? Do you think you're gonna run some Diva in your ranked games now after that performance?
No, but it was fun. No, it was fun. I have to say it only happened because my team was just cracked. Goated supports, goated DPS. Absolutely crazy.
It was a fantastic performance by your whole team for sure. Yeah. I mean, there was definitely. I mean, me and Triz were actually having a look at the team comps to begin with, and assumed that Punch's team had it in the bag just from team comp alone, and they had some pretty good players on it as well. Like Punch and Liam are pretty dominant forces.
Yeah, I was scared.
Yeah, highly so. I mean, we assumed that it might have been a very one-way kind of fight, but you guys show dominant force straight from the beginning, and when it looked like it was going to be a reverse sweep, you shut that down. Like, how do you feel about your team captain picking you as for their team?
Oh, goat, absolute goated. Yako is a goat among goats. Yep,
I
goat.
can agree with that one. There is something I want to ask you though. I did see you were building ability power for a bit there, and then it just switched to attack damage, if I'm correct. Well,
it was easier to build AP at the start because punch survivability at the start isn't as good. But then about halfway, I switched to weapon power and then took the suppressor one for crit hits on weapon power, and he gives you 30% reduced healing. So I just kept headshotting punch the whole time, and he literally just couldn't get healed.
Yeah, right. So, did you have like an ideal build you were going for initially? Or
No,
was it just
I'm gonna be real. I just googled one and picked the first one above. So and then halfway through it was like, oh, drop the suppressor and take closer, and I'm like, I want to keep the reduced healing. I don't need extra damage. I'll just take Codebreaker instead. So I took Codebreaker instead because he had armor. So I was like, I'll just do that.
Yeah, nice. Is there anyone that you played against or played with just now that you want to see in your team coming up for the next tourney or the next match rather?
Nyx. I want Nyx. Nyx's cast was actually kind of scary a bit. I was nearly. I'm pretty sure I was nearly dying the most to Nyx and Punch. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Cass is just Cass.
Pretty nasty, and I think they were playing on third person as well, which
Go to camera. Go to camera. Only way to play Cass.
Yeah, if you depending on the role, what character do you want to play next? Last question.
Probably DPS. I can't pick because obviously I don't know. I'm randomizing, so I don't get a choice.
Right.
But we'll leave it up to chance. Yeah. If I had my choice, it'd be Cass. I only play Cass and Genji as DPSs. So
okay.
Would love to see maybe some of your Genji going out there.
Best of luck to you in the next game. Yeah.
You know, I might do that, but not against this team. So maybe the last round. We'll see.
Easy. Well, best of luck to you.
Thanks very much, Shin, for that. I look forward to seeing how you go in your new team coming up for this next match, which should be coming underway very shortly. I believe they're just finalizing the teams now. I'm looking forward to seeing Shin's DPS performance. What about you, Triz?
Yeah, me too. I think it'd be really cool to see that, especially after the showing that he's just put out on Diva. You know, in Stadium, sometimes people can argue that the tanks are pretty busted, but I think, you know, the damage, you have the most potential to team wipe. So it'd be cool to see 5-man Blade. Ooh, I would love that. I don't know about you.
I'm wondering if we'll see now Liam Fox on the tank. I know he himself said that he prefers playing tank even though he's a support main in Stadium, and we just saw him on the DPS, so maybe he was getting that out of the way early to, you know, really show off his chops and do some damage or tankage for this next round coming up.
And I will say the teams have been decided. For Team Blue, we have Killy Mercury, Astral Nyx, and Shin. So Shin has got what he's wanted. He's on a team with Astral this time around for this round. And with them as well is Pi by Pi and Ryoto. So for Team Red, it is Cass, Yako, Coco, Punch, and Liam Fox. Now, we have the Punch Liam Fox combo again. Do we hype it up too much? We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes this round.
Very interesting to see. I'm very much looking forward to as well the maps that we get. Maybe it'll be mixed up a little bit. I believe we are randomizing the maps because we have that control for it being a custom game, and might be able to see if some teams might just be better on certain map types as well, because it does seem pretty even so far. And I think because of the way the randomness that is Stadium, you know, the map dependent, it could go either way.
Exactly. And I'm pretty excited to see what we're going to get into. We're about to finish up with the hero selections here. So far, we can note... Now, we can only see what Red Team has decided, but we could talk about it a little bit. We've got a Moira and an Ashe and a Kiriko again, but we have something new. There's a Mei on the board here that we've seen so far. What do you think of Stadium Mei exactly?
Well, I think one of the true driving forces to, apart from Shin's Diva bombs to be able to pop off, is that they were going up just against, hit scans. Having something like a Mei to go up against, especially if you're Diva, even if you're Hazard, makes life very, very difficult for the tank player.
Yeah, exactly. And if we want to talk about what comps that we have here, we've got Cass on tank for Team 1, Punch on the Mei, Yako on the Ashe, Liam Fox on the Moira, and Coco back on the Kiri. That is her comfortable spot to be. And Liam Fox is a support player, semi-professional support player. Maybe he sees something in Moira that most people would overlook. And I guess for Team Red, we've got Killy on the Diva,
Okay.
Shin and Ryoto double hit scan, Cass Soldier, and then Pi by Pi on Kiri and Astronix following up on the Brig. What do we think?
I'm interesting to see Cass and Killy's tank go head to head. I know that Diva was definitely a dominant force in that first match, but now they have to go up against Punch's Mei, which is going to definitely prove things to be difficult for Killy on the Diva there. So it'd be pretty interesting. Red team opting to go with double hit scan again, but we've got the backline of Kiri Brig. Now I'm under the impression that Kiri and Brig as a backline in Stadium are just hell to deal with. Like, they are unkillable. If they can synergize well together, I don't think Red Team's backline is going to die at all.
Yeah, it absolutely will be hell. And I just took a look at what ability our Mei has chosen, and they've gone with the Rolling Ball Cryo Freeze Mei. So we're going to see some rolling bowling going on here. As the first fight is about to get underway, on control point here. These bounce pads take you all the way to high ground from spawn, actually. So we see that Team Red has gone for that. And Killy pressuring just a little bit, watching out for the rocks coming through as Punch taking a bit of space, rolling away in the ice fall as Red Team is pulling through together to fight on this side.
Yeah, knowing about these jump pads, I think might just come from a little bit more Stadium experience that the Red Team might have. And even though they are dealing with double hit scan and a very oppressive Mei, having that Stadium knowledge might be the difference maker here to be able to cap first point.
Yeah, speaking of, though, we did have the Mei fall down to Killy Mercury as the point flips to Red Team. Shin on a bit of a flank here, pressuring out Coco, who uses Cleanse, TP's away, and Punch on the respawn punishes him out. But Astral finds Coco and Ryoto finds 2 as Punch gets another trade back onto Astral, but I don't think it's enough. I think Red Team is going to be holding pretty strong here until the next fight.
Yeah, that flank was a little bit silly from Shin, but not silly if you consider it as a distraction while the rest of your team is able to push in and kill them. When you're distracting the backline that severely, you can get away with a lot in the front.
Exactly that. As we have the Mei pressuring out the Diva, taking a bit of space here, leading the charge for them as they're moving towards high ground. But this Diva ability lays down a mini Torbjorn ult as they fly across. But Diva Bomb comes out as the freeze comes in from Punch, and he finds one. Yako goes down to Shin as Diva is able to get back in the remake. But Liam Fox finds Ryoto as Astronix on the flank here, smacking around his Brig. Pi by Pi pops ult as there's absolute mayhem coming out here, but Team Red is looking a little dominant as they might have fallen to a bit, but it's swinging back now. Punch finds 2 with the Fist of Mei. Pi by Pi and Astronix fall down as Killy Mercury just stalling at the point here as Red Team successfully gotten to 99%. As a little bit of a high noon from Shin finds none as, it's not that bad. It's not that bad of a fight getting to 99%.
Absolutely not, but blue team are looking pretty healthy here with 3 ultimates on the board ready to go to hold down this point, maybe get a little bit more percentage on the board, maybe get it down to a 99. It'd be interesting to see how they play this. Punch playing a little bit close and far up, maybe to get that ult percentage just to get to 100% ready to go. But Red Team already on the flank, knowing the map, and is that a boom? Off the map with the cryo! Punch!
Rolls Ryoto off the map as a trade from Cass finds Astronix. Kiriko ult out, but it is not enough. Shins finds Yako, getting a little bit of a trade back, but Liam Fox, just a little bit of right-click action, finds Shin before he's able to get the trade back, and Red Team has to fall back here. 3 ults from Blue Team. I don't think this is going to be an easy fight for Red.
No, absolutely not. They only needed to commit the Curie ult there to secure the fight win as well. So, and it's getting very, very close to that 99-99. It's going to be very tricky for blue team to be able to commit and get those picks that they need. Maybe a rogue Diva ult might be able to get a pick or two. Achille can make the space and get in there.
Yeah, we're in some lost by territory here as the soldier ult comes out, but the Mei ult is not able to find any, but actually picks up Pi by Pi as Shin gets the trade onto Punch. We have a 4v3, actually a 3v3 now that Liam Fox has found. Shin with the ult falls down to Cass. Cass with another boulder killer to Astral Nyx, and it seems like it's gone the way of blue team. The Diva Bomb from Killy not able to find any as Killy gets demeched. Coco finds the kill, and the first point of this match goes to Team Blue.
Yeah, with Casa not even having to use the Sigma ult to keep that point alive. That was an absolute flip from 0 to 99 to 100% to 99. They really held that down very, very well. Very good ult usage and holding things down, not spending it too quickly when they didn't need to. It was very well played by Team Blue there.
Yeah, and there's a 8,000 point lead for blue team. And as we saw there, the MVP for that round was Liam Fox. I can agree with that. I play a lot of Moira in Stadium actually, and you can point farm on that character very easily. So not quite surprising that the MVP goes to Moira there. Yeah, just build ability power, spam your orbs through, and you know, I might be wrong because Liam Fox is building weapon power. Maybe he's doing something that I have not even seen yet. Maybe it's all in the right clicks.
I mean, I understand wanting to go for the ore play for Moira, but maybe they just weren't expecting going against the Diva, which can eat all your orbs, obviously. And so that's going to make Moira a little bit trickier. So you're going to have to counter or swap what your original plan was to knowing that you're going against the Diva. So you have to make it those instant changes in between rounds. These changes to your build to make it a little bit more stronger for what you're going against.
Remember what we've learned.
And we're here on push now. Seems like it's going to be a little bit of a tougher time for Team Red here. As Killy taking a bit of high ground, they're taking a bit of space here. Moving forward as Shin is able to find a kill up onto Yako. Beautiful headshot. On that third person mode, Killy taking a lot of space here as Ryoto just making sure, guarding this high ground, making sure the space doesn't fall as Punch is playing a little bit of hero on the payload right now as Shin is caught out without his team. Liam Fox picks up the kill. That is that semi-professional game knowledge there coming through. Ryoto on a bit of a flank. It's a little bit of back and forth here as the Maywall traps the Brig. The rock coming in from Cass and Coco following up on the kill as Killy Mercury gets demexed here. It's not looking too good for Red Team.
No, it's not indeed. I think it might be the difference maker between having that Mei against the Diva, just slowing her down, stopping her momentum, not being able to make any push, while also being able to wall her off or her team members and getting these nice early picks, like isolating them. There's nothing that they can do. There's no healers being able to reach him. It's very much a strong pick for this Stadium game mode, I think.
I will say, and Punch finds Shin a little bit out of position there, as this team is just fighting to hold the high ground, leaving one on the point as it's just a little too difficult for the Diva to get in here into the Mei and Sigma Rock. It's a little too much pressure as Killy weaving in and out of the high grounds and the low ground, but we have the Brig ult coming out from Team Red, and Team Red is bursting out onto the point here as the High Noon comes out, is not able to find any, as Blue Team falls back just a little bit, but not any picks coming from either side. We're just kind of standing our ground here as Diva falling down, gets ulted on by the Moira, and the mech is just not enough for all these beams as the Mei ult comes out and slows down Astral Nyx as well, just enough to get the kill, and Punch just roly-poly on top of Shin as the payload continues and Ryoto gets his ult cancelled by Bob. That is just unfortunate.
It is a bit unfortunate. We've got a couple of ults here coming up on Red Team. Diva was so close to getting that bomb. That might have been the difference maker on that last point. We've got Katsune getting in so they can touch point. Hopefully they can contest in time. We've got a couple more ults coming up. Sigma ult being able to actually pick up the D.Va. Able to survive it though. Shin able to pick up Punch here. Might be able to turn the tides for red team. Unfortunately, Bomb does not connect and get any picks. But Sigma gets incredibly low. Able to pick off Astronix just before dying themselves. It does look like red team's able to retake the point here and regain a little bit of momentum, but with not much time on the clock.
Yeah, the time is ticking down, and red team have to essentially push the entire map. Now, Killy is out of mech here, so we're going to need to see them farm a bit of damage, get the mech back, so blue team can't just walk over them. Now, in terms of ults, we're coming up on the brig ult. Yeah, coming up on the brig, coming up on the cast, but this team is walking forward. They do not want the D.Va to remech. The fight is underway, and Punch rolling through, getting the freeze onto Ryoto, getting a little low as the cast and brig ult are popped. No pressure is able to be found for it. Killy getting very close to mech here, and Killy is able to get back into their mech. We are live, but it's not in time as Punch gets ult off, picks up 2, Cass finds Astronix, Coco gets Ryoto as the D.Va gets demeched, and it looks like this second round is also going to go to blue team.
Yeah, that blizzard there from the May, I think, was able to solidify that team fight win there for Team Blue. It's really hard to deal with a May, I think, as a tank player in this kind of game mode. It can be really troublesome. Like, you can't push in, like, especially as a D.Va as well. It pretty much negates all of your ability to be able to make that space, make those pushes, push forward for your team. And it just shuts you down so well. And I think Punch is doing a great job of that at the moment.
Yeah, you've got to feel for the D.Va here, because going into a cast, going into cast on Sigma, those boulders are not easy. You cannot defense matrix those, and the slow from the May also incredibly annoying. And you know, on top of that as well, you've got the Moira, who's like right-click damage you cannot eat, so it's a lot of unavoidable damage here. So maybe we need to see a bit of a tank build come out for the D.Va here, just to be able to withstand these beams. And I'm pretty sure there is a D.Va item that you can buy that makes you take less damage from beams, so maybe we'll see Killy get that here with this buy round.
It'd be definitely interesting to see how red team tries to counteract what they're versing. Maybe they switch up their builds a little bit, maybe switch up some of the items to things that might work a little bit better. They need to try and see what they're dealing and what they're facing right now, and try and counteract what's happening to them, whether it be those kind of defensive things against beams, or maybe they get a little bit more survivability if they're not surviving long enough. It would be very interesting to see how they actually kit out their heroes and swap things around to be able to try and deal with this, what seems to be an unrelentless force for the blue team.
Yeah, and it is worth to note that Killy has gone and picked up that beam reduction damage item called Plot Armor. It gives you 65% damage reduction against beams while defense matrix is active. So it's not, you know, going to help you all the time, but as you're eating projectiles, you're also going to be taking a little less damage from those stuff that you can't eat. So now it is worth to note here as well that if Team Blue has a dominating win here, we could see the Mercy Rule enforced. We'll have to see what happens as the fight is getting underway. Cleanse onto Astronix getting real low as Ryoto gets found by Coco, actually, as we saw Punch just roly-polying into Ryoto here, as Shin on the cast is the hero that he wanted, but Coco finds the big. He just kind of accepts his fate in the middle of them as Killy strikes back, finding Punch. Are we going to be able to see a bit of a fight here? I don't think so, as Pi falls to Liam Fox, and blue team already 15% up, as red team are just having a bit of a regroup.
A little bit of a regroup going on. I really like to see that rocket jump from Ryoto there. That was incredible. He just flew into the sky. I love the abilities in Stadium. They get so wacky. But what won't save you with abilities is if you run straight forward into the enemy backline like Shin did there. Unless you get the pick, it's really not worth it. So we're gonna have to see a little bit of tighter and stronger plays, I think, from red team here to be able to break through the red team. Ooh,
that's the fight is getting underway here. D.Va Bomb out, Brig ult out, doesn't find anything as Punch is just rolling around, and he finds Shin, and Punch's ult comes out as well. Are we going to be freezing anybody with it? Doesn't look like it. as the Moira ult comes out here from Team Blue. There's Liam Fox, Pie by Pie, gets rocked in the face from Cass, but is able to survive. Very nicely done there as this fight is going on, but the percentage is still going up for Blue Team. Ultimate from Cass coming out, finds the Diva as Yako picks up Astro next. Liam Fox finds Ryoto. Shin gets the trade back on the punch, but it does not seem to be enough as Team Blue gets a very convincing win here. Now we'll have to see.
And I think we got
I
a
believe
mercy.
this might be a mercy rule enforced here.
Yeah.
And it has been. That is a mercy rule enforced, and Team Blue takes the victory very convincingly there.
Blue team were just such an undeniable force of nature there. I feel like it just started straight from the get-go, from having like picking the Diva into a Sigma Mei, unless you really choose your abilities right, and even then the enemy team can counter your counters, you know. So it's you started off on a bit of a difficult path, and Blue team were just able to keep it up and keep that momentum going and actually show a dominant force that whole time. I just realized we have team names as well. We've got Team Lamb and Team Pork. That's fantastic.
Perfect. What do you guys prefer on your HSPs? Me, I'm a chicken kind of guy. I'm so sorry to all those lamb and pork enjoyers out there, but you know, that's just how I roll.
That reminds me, I have not had dinner. I'm probably gonna get myself a HSP. I mean, it's only right? I'm a combo guy. Is that a cop out?
That's a good call.
I feel like a combo.
What does that mean?
A combo,
I don't eat enough HSPs.
You get all the meats.
Oh, okay.
So you get a little bit of all of them, you know. So I'm like indecisive because I love them all pretty much equally. So I'll want a little bit of every single one, because then you can kind of like mix it up and have different bites of each. Cost a little bit extra, but it's worth every dollar.
Yeah. I don't have an HSP every day, but if we were to talk about how the stadium match went, what are your thoughts? Because I think it could have been a bit of a draft, you know, a bit of counter swapping, because if the Diva was picked first, maybe Blue team had decided, hey, let's just counter this thing. Let's just go Sig and Mei. Let's, you know, what do you think happened?
I mean, that's definitely an option that wasn't there for the draft, but I having a look at it, I assumed that's probably maybe what happened. Maybe they saw Shin's Diva that first round and was just like, all right, how do we counter a Diva? Let's go Sigma, let's go Mei, and that just kind of settled the fight right there and then. You know, the match was decided from the draft alone, which can be a little bit rough going into a game mode where you can't swap heroes. But then you've just got to be able to adapt and change your build accordingly. And maybe, you know, they weren't able to do that just quite right enough, while the enemy team was just so relentless with their forces and pushes and their builds. I mean, they could have just built on the fact that the enemy team was building to counter their original picks, you know. It just goes back and forth and back and forth.
Yeah, I will say, I think in the most recent Stadium patch, actually, you don't see what the other team has picked for the draft. So maybe it was just the thing of like, oh, Shin did so well on Diva, let's just run stuff that's going to give a Diva's like life hell. I think that might have just been how it went. And, you know, it seemed a little dominating, a little unfortunate, but hey, we're going to have another round. We're going to have another draft. Will we see another Diva? Will we see Punch on Roly Poly Mei? I don't know. If you had to pick a standout player for that match, who do you think was doing good?
It's hard to say, because I want to say Punch. I love the Roly Poly off the map, to be able to get a pick just from being able to push someone. That was incredible. But it's hard to say whether or not that was standout performance from Punch, or it was just the character and the build, you know, which I guess is part of, you know, Punch's ability and skill. But it might just be like Mei is just such a strong force against those specific heroes that they were versing. I think if I had to pick, I would probably go for Punch for there. I think Cass did amazingly on the Sigma as well, being able to like go up against all of these like hit scans and stuff, and being able to keep a strong force for their backline and stop with anyone trying to get near them and stuff, just with consistent rocks and good shielding. I think they both did fantastically.
Yeah, there was a lot of boulder hits coming out there, I will say, and you know, the Roly Poly Mei just absolutely looks ridiculous, but you know, if it works, it works. Yeah, and I guess, what do you think is going to be the kind of ideal team comp in terms of Stadium, what do you like playing exactly?
Well, I'm not. I've played a little bit of Stadium. I played it when it first came out, and I think when they first released like Junkrat and stuff. But I was my go-to was always Junker Queen with full ability power builds. I would love to see a little bit of that, especially with like the leaping Carnage acts, where you just jump at the enemy team and you become like a dive hero on Junker Queen, but also you can just sustain yourself indefinitely with all your ability power and lifesteal. Love to see a little bit of that action going on. I know from first-hand experience, being that kind of like being a tank at all and having to go against a Mei or a Reaper or a Junkrat as well can just be really, really difficult. But also you have these hit scans as well that can shred your backline when you're not paying attention. If you're not like consistently diving them and making sure they can't get value, then you might also struggle with that too.
Yeah, and we do have our teams actually ready here. So for team 1, we have Astral Nyx, Cass, Pi by Pi, Punch, and Ryoto. What do you think of these little combination of people here?
It'll be interesting to see out of this team who will be the tank. Will Cass go back on tank for this one, or are we going to mix it up a little bit and change up the roles? I think Punch obviously just showed their chops on Mei, whether or not they want to pick Mei again, or maybe everyone's trying to do like we'll try different roles, we'll try different heroes each time. Because from the first 2 matches, I don't think there was many players, maybe 1 or 2, that stuck to their role, and everyone else seemed to try and mix it up again. It'll be interesting to see what they do here.
Yeah, and for our second team, we have Killy Mercury, Coco, Liam Fox, Shin, and Yako. Looks like a pretty scary team. Now let's talk about these characters here. So we have Killy on Ashe. Now I know Killy has been playing a lot of Ashe actually in Stadium, so we'll expect to see something of a bit of a performance there. We've got Coco on the comfortable pick of Kiriko, Liam Fox on Zarya. Now Zarya in this current ranked season has been an absolute menace. Maybe we'll see if it'll prove itself here in Stadium as well. Shin on his Genji prodigy that we would love to see, and Yako on the Ana.
Shin, let's see it.
Yeah, and for team 2, we've got Astral and Ana. Cass again on the Sigma, just landing so many rocks, we're deciding to run it back again. Pi on the Zen, Punch on the Pharah. Now, we have not seen a Pharah yet, so this will be very interesting. And Ryoto running it back on Soldier. Let's see how we go. As Biphase will be coming to an end here, and we are about to get stuck into it. Now, it is Payload Race. First time visiting this map here, Thames District. Newly added for this specific game mode. Let's see how we go.
Definitely interesting picks coming from each team here. Seeing Cass on the Sigma again, probably pretty reliable. Punch swapping to the Fire will be interesting, only going up against an Ashe and an Ana when it comes to a hit scan. Zarya and Genji might have a little bit of trouble with it, but as we heard from the beginning when you discussed the players, Liam Fox considers himself a bit of a tank player when it comes to Stadium.
Yeah, as we see Liam Fox taking a bit of charge at the head here, stopping it from moving forward as Punch gets an ult off with one of their abilities onto Yako, but gosh, we have a team wipe coming in from Team Blue as Killy finds 2, Shin finds 2, and Liam finds Astral Nyx as, jeez, that is just an absolute wipe in revenge for killing Yako. Team Blue taking quite a dominating lead here. Now, I think they can... the Pharah... Oh. Yeah, I believe the Pharah ability that gets you an ult off is after Jet Dash, you fire a mini barrage. So that must have been what got Yako there. So we see Liam Fox taking a bit of space here. How will this fight play out?
Quite interesting. I would like to just point out that Yako's anti-nade right at the first point there, I think was the decision maker for that fight. It looked like I think it hit 3 or 4 of the team. So he might have been taken out by the barrage, but he definitely solidified that team win. A team fight win for his team, even though he was in respawn.
As we have Ryoto flanking, finding the Helix Rocket onto Yako as Punch gets another Jet Dash kill, this time on Killy Mercury, as Blue Team, their momentum is going to slow down a little bit. Now, they are still pushing the payload, so even though with all these leads, Red Team needs to step up and actually contest here, otherwise Blue Team is just going to keep pushing this payload to the end. They need to understand that this game mode doesn't win by just you pushing your card. You also have to stop the enemy from pushing theirs. So we have Shin diving Ryoto here, getting very low, as Punch firing some rockets off Are we about to see another mini barrage kill? Not entirely sure, but Team Blue is in the final push.
It's looking pretty grim here for Team Red. They managed to get a couple of picks back and forth, but they need to contest that point, and no one's really on it right now. We finally see Cass hopping on the point. Is it going to be enough to stop their push and continue their own teams?
We do see a bit of a lead from Red Team coming here, but how is it going? How is it going? Killy finds a headshot onto Pi as these payloads are being stopped now. We do see Red Team stepping up here, making sure Blue Team is not able to finish as they're playing a bit of catch up as the Nano up onto Liam Fox. 40 amount of charge, finds Punch. Ryoto getting really low as Cass ult comes out here, getting real high. And we find two bubble off onto Kiriko to make sure she lives, and the cleanse onto Liam Fox. A little bit of a duo here as Blue Team pushes to the end. That is quite a convincing win there.
Absolutely. It looked like Red Team might have had a little bit of a fight advantage there, but I think keeping Liam Fox alive with a lot of his bubbles to be able to protect his team and stay true on that point was just too hard for Red Team to be able to stop.
Yeah, we nearly saw the nanovisor from Ryoto get multiple there, but Liam Fox decided you're getting solo grabbed, buddy, and that just kind of set the momentum for them to finish off that map. Yep. We are moving on to Clash. Throne of Anubis. We love this game mode, don't we, guys?
I'm not a big fan of Clash, but I think Throne of Anubis is probably the best one when it comes to Clash. Like, if I have to clash,
I think for Stadium,
Throne of Anubis is fine.
Yeah, I think for Stadium, this game mode works perfectly as well. When this game mode first came out, it was actually put into the ranked lobbies as well, and everyone really didn't like it because you would have to play to 3 map wins, meaning you would have to push all the way to the end. So it was a lot of back and forth, but it's found its home here in Stadium, and everyone seems to really enjoy it here, getting their builds up. Now, what do we see being built? Punch going for full ability power, which I believe is just all into the ultimate, while everyone else seems to be doing a bit of a mix.
Yeah, I believe I believe the ability power with the ultimate with Farah also goes towards the dash up, where you're able to use a mini version of your ultimate as well. So maybe he's relying on using that to get some backline kills, being a little bit sneaky there in the Blue Team's backline, perhaps.
As we have Punch getting a couple little nice left clicks off, getting some damage off. How is it looking? We've got nade coming off, lands onto Liam Fox as the cleanse from Kiriko cleanses away. That a little nade there's. Oh, Cass is getting real low, but Killy and Coco are also very low in the backline. Ryoto, flying soldier, trying to find Shin is not enough as Killy falls to Punch, and the mini barrage comes out, but is saved by the bubble from Liam Fox, and the trade is found back. He is not allowed in this backline.
No. Oh, wow. Here comes the Genji on Shin, just absolutely swiping everyone. That was fantastic.
A little bit of action, and he's got that ability where after your deflect, you swing your Dragon Blade once, and he's putting it to good use here. Just diving into the backline, deflecting, and getting a big swing, chunking out about like half of the enemy's HP. Now, this will be the last point. If Blue Team is able to capture this, they will be 2-0 in this series as Shin diving in onto Ryoto, but falls to the Helix rocket as Ryoto's just running around with his healing field as Liam Fox pressuring out these damages here, but only 20 charge. He's not really going to be doing too much damage. Now, they are putting a bit of damage into him, bumping his charge up to 65. Cass getting a little low. Liam Fox getting real close, finds a grab. We have two. The Astronix goes down as Punch finds the dash kill onto Killy. Coco gets the trade back onto Punch as Liam Fox still alive here in the backline. Shin diving in, gets that deflect kill onto Pi. And the blade comes out. We are running down Ryoto, who is running away, but gets found out with just that little bit of walk speed that Genji has. Now, we are halfway to this map being over as the proper ult comes out and doesn't find Shin is jumping around and is able to find Punch. He is just a menace in this backline. He just took the entire attention of Red Team as Ryoto hits a bit of a teabag, but point goes to Shin anyway, and Blue Team. That was quite a dominating round from Shin there.
Yeah, I agree. Shin really showing his chops there. Definitely deserved that MVP title for sure. having such a good build on Genji in his like pocket, ready to go, and proving it right here, right now.
Yes, our next game mode is going to be Push. Now we see an 8,000 point lead for Team Blue, so they're going to need a bit of a dominating win this one to enforce the Mercy rule. But the thing is with this Mercy rule as well is there are bounties placed on some of the characters on Blue team. So if they fall, people will get that gold reward. So if any of them die, we can probably kiss that Mercy rule goodbye. We'll have to see how we go here.
Quite interesting. I saw that Punch was complaining in chat there of the Zarya pick. I think because he's relying so much on this flank Pharah kind of build where you do these mini barrages on the back line. And as we saw last map, he almost killed the Ana, but then all of a sudden a bubble comes out of nowhere from a quick 180 from Liam Fox's Zarya to be able to help out his support. And it's completely denying Punch's current build. So he's probably going to have to mix it up now.
Yeah, it's a bit of the awareness from Liam Fox coming out there, just knowing from that first round what Punch is up to with his antics and his silly builds, you know, able to play to save his team, keep them alive, and, you know, get some charge for himself in the meantime, as well as we are getting stuck into our next round here. Push. Let's push Bob. Or, wait, what's the robot's name again? I forget.
It is Bob, isn't it? No, Bob is, that's... What's the push robot's name again? Alright, someone's got it.
Maybe
Someone
we'll have to figure that out later, but
Push robot Overwatch. I'm googling this right now. I don't want to
Alright, you Google that and I will cover this fight. We have Cass getting real low as Liam Fox has a lot of charge here, but Killy anti-air shoots down Punch. We are looking at a little bit of a lead for Blue team as they are pushing the robot. little post up of Punch's dead body. Mini Nano off onto Ryoto as Killy finds another pickup onto Pi. There's just a lot going on here. Shin pressuring out. Killy taking a little bit of a wide flank here as Shin going in, pressuring. Liam Fox finds two. Punch down, Cass down with a little bit of that mini nano from Ana there. Ryoto just moving in and out of spawn as Blue team is halfway through completing this map. And Shin, spawn camping. We are touching the spawn doors. Yeah, finds Ryoto out of spawn.
These builds from Team Blue have just been so dominating, and they're not able to really find their footing and even able to get out of spawn, even with some point advantage and like mercy rules in play to be able to change up their builds maybe a little bit and try and get a footing, but it's just not quite working.
Yeah,
by the way,
pressure's too much.
Robot's name is PS1.
Okay, that's a I don't know what the, well.
Right?
Yeah, that's interesting. But we have Liam Fox with 100 charge. We are just spawn camping as Blue team is going to be pushing this to the end. Is anyone able to contest? We have the blade out from Shin. Punch trying to touch here, but Killy finds the pick as Nanoblade on Shin is able to find Astral next. They are just giving all they can for this fight. Are we able to see an ult from Pi? No, not just in time as the Mercy rule has been enforced. We have a 16,000 point lead, and that is a win for Blue team.
Yeah, well,
wow.
I think honestly, Shin's Genji was not one to shy against. I mean, obviously Liam Fox on the Zarya was able to assist his team so much and keep them all alive consistently. And I think the supports are one to thank for that one as well. They were just such a consistently good team, and they were able to pick their builds just perfectly against what they were versing. It would have been so hard for a red team to even gain a footing, and that proved to be true. We just saw it. We weren't able to take the point.
Yeah, Shin did get real low on some of those dives, but the sports support were doing a really good job at keeping him up. And we saw Killy putting down Punch quite often there. Punch was just not able to get this Pharah build off the ground. Maybe it was a bit of the anti-air. Maybe it was a bit of the bubbles coming in from Liam as well. How do you think? What do you think about that game? I think
well, definitely, unfortunately, it was a bit one-sided, and you know it happens. I mean, it happens in everyone's comp games or stadium games or quick play games where you know you kind of have these very much one-sided fights. But I don't think it was necessarily like just because Team 1 was better than Team 2 or what have you. From just the player's point of view, it has so many factors when it comes to stadium. Where it comes to you know the original hero picks, the draft that you have. You know, the abilities that you default to that might end up, you know, stabbing you in the back because that's not going to work for the team comp that you're versing, and the abilities, like the items that you choose. There's just so many factors that go into Stadium to show why like a steam mode like this can happen. Obviously, probably doesn't feel great on the receiving end, but again, this is just for fun. No one's taking this too seriously. I do like the idea that, and I think we've seen it pretty consistently, of all of, or if not most of the players are swapping up their roles, changing what heroes they're on, and we're seeing some very much like randomized gameplay with, like, it's absolutely up in the air from the get-go. We have no idea, just looking at the teams on face value, who's going to win. We proved that like map one, and to have these kind of C-modes is potentially going to happen just because it's all random.
Yeah, it's good fun. We're seeing a lot of variety from everybody, and everyone's having fun. People are teabagging. I'm seeing it, and everyone's covering their stuff. But as the teams are going to be deciding their next captains and the teams here, we'll be going to a short break, and we will be back with you guys shortly.
Thanks, guys.
Been on no bandwagon. I ain't never doing that. I got too much drive. I got my eyes on my prize. Money on my mind. I ain't hopping on no bandwagon. Nah, baby, I'm doing fine. Whoa. Another one. Yeah. Another one. Hey, yeah, baby, this another one. Oh, it ain't nothing like them other ones, though. Baby. Another one. But nothing like the other ones. Another one. You know, but nothing like the other ones. Everybody put your hands in the air one time for me, like right now. Another one. Everybody put your hands in the air one time for me, right now. Everybody put your hands in the air. Another one. And wave them all around like you don't care. Look, in my line, I get ready. Feeling too trippy, get it cracking like a levy. I'ma show 'em all how to party if they let me. Keep the countdown and release the confetti. The party don't start till I get there. I sit aside and the rest in it ain't fair. I've been waiting on this moment my whole life. Yeah, give me my crown if it's just right. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. Watch this. Pull up with the top down. Ain't anything. I'm way too hot now. I radiate. Don't need a rear view. They behind me. 'Cause my future's so bright in my blind. Hold up. Why I gotta shine so bright? Don't need a reason. Escort in my head is out. They wish you sleep. You can't be nobody else. I'ma be myself. So they gon' have to watch me treat myself. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? You make it look good. You make it look good. Watch yourself, huh? Yeah, you make it look good. Don't let it watch yourself, huh? 'Cause you make it look good. Watch this. Been dreaming of it since back when we were young. Just imagine all of the things to come. Pack your bags and set out into the sun, into the sun. It's a big old world, ain't got no limit. Invitations right here, come get it. Everybody come on, everybody come on. You're gonna have to see it all to believe it. So let loose and don't fight the feeling. Everybody come on, everybody come on. 1, 2, 3, go. Hey! It's a world of wonder, so where you
losing, don't fight the feeling. Everybody come on. Everybody come on. 1, 2, 3, go. Come on. You're gonna have to see it all to believe it. So let loose and don't fight the feeling. Everybody come on. Come on. Everybody come on. 1, 2, 3, go.
Can't stop it, can't handle it, can't fight it, don't hide it, just ignite it. Everywhere I go, people stopping. We the whole party, yeah, we popping. Turn your heads when the beat dropping. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Woo! Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1. Go on and lose your minds. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1. Go on and lose your minds. Just feel it, surrender to it. Don't overthink it, get loose with it, no denying. Everywhere I go, people stopping. We the whole party, yeah, we popping. Turn your heads when the beat dropping. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Woo! Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. Go on and lose it. 3, 2, 1, go on and lose your minds. Go on and
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We hope you guys had a good break. We know we did. And looks like that game it looked like a bit of fun for everyone there. And we have an interview here with one of the players. If we would like to see them here, we have with us Mr. Exbriodo. How are we doing? The Bastion player of OS. You doing good?
Hello,
How we
hello.
doing?
How are we? I'm doing good.
Good. How you feeling after that? Did you feel like your soldier build had its chance to shine? Your little rocket soldier.
I feel like it would have had more of a chance to shine if it was Bastion. But like otherwise, I think it did pretty well for being a veto of the OG.
I mean, we did see you pop off quite a bit on Ash in that first map as well. I pointed out that, you know, maybe getting the abilities for Ash where you can get Bob basically on a cooldown. That's kind of like having a little Bastion turret of your own, because it get a little mini version of Bob running out there. And you did very well. I mean, you were hitting shots and stuff, and I was pleasantly surprised, honestly.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I do think it's time I hang up the Soldier 6-7 and move into a little bit more Ash.
If you had to pick a role for yourself for next round, who would you want to play?
Ooh, I would definitely pick DPS because let's be honest, me on anything else is just, it's just weird. Really, let's not do it.
Do you have much experience playing the other roles in Stadium?
In Stadium, yes. In the normal game, not really. I do tend to, when a new hero gets added to Stadium, play all 3 of the example builds at least twice, so I can kind of get a feel for the heroes, because I've been All-Star every season for this skin, so I like to kind of know what I'm going into.
Yeah, no, that's a good way to go about it. Get your skins, you might as well, you know, Overwatch puts them there for a reason. Now, for the next game coming up, it seems like the players have wanted me and Iggy to decide the teams, essentially, pretty much. So we're having Ryota here to help us, actually, and Ryota's going to flip a coin, and then me and Iggy are going to go back and forth, and we're going to assemble these teams for the next match. So I guess we're flipping that coin.
Yes, so
Iggy,
I will flip
heads
a
or tails?
coin.
Am I picking heads or tails?
Yes.
All right, I'm choosing heads.
All right, I'll flip.
Was it
long
heads
flip.
never fails?
It is tails. It is
Yeah.
tails. It's very blurry, but you can kind of make it out.
You can see tails.
Tails
All right,
never
Tris.
fails, baby. Tails never fails. All right. Now, I guess if I get to pick first, I'm gonna say I'm gonna go with my cosplay goat, Yako, for Team 1, please.
The goat.
Yako has been popping off, and he's been making some very good plays. I'm gonna pick Pie by Pie. I feel like she's been a very consistent support. I feel like she's gonna be great on my team.
Alrighty. I guess following that, I might go ahead and take. Let's go, Killy Mercury. Sorry, Rhoda.
All right. Am I allowed to pick the role that they're on as well?
Oh yeah, can we do that?
I don't see why not.
All right. Thank you.
I give you permission.
Thank you, Rihanna.
I don't have the
All right.
power, but you have my permission.
I'm picking Liam Fox, but I want him as support as well. So I've got a Pie by Pie and Liam Fox support backline.
Okay. I guess I'll choose the roles first. So I'd like to see Yako on support, Killy Mercury on damage, and I think I might go with. Give me that Ryoto damage as well. I feel bad for not picking your last one, seeing you go like this. You know.
I was hoping we'd pick him last. That was one of the things.
Just make me sit here and watch.
All right, you're going up against a shin damage as well.
Oh, not again.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, no.
sorry.
Oh, you're gonna do me like that again.
Okay. I guess for my next pick, I would like to go with. Let's have some Cass on. What roles do I have left?
You have a DPS and
I've
a
completely
wait.
I think is DBS and a tank. I think.
You definitely have a tank. We both have
Yes.
a tank.
No, wait.
So
You have
support
you
and
have a
tank. Support and tank.
support, yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Support
I
and
would like to
tank,
have
yeah.
Cass on support, please.
All right. Should we leave tank to last then? And then I pick my second DPS.
Yes, sure.
Who have we got left? We've got Punch. Is it Nyx as well? And
Punch, Nyx, Coco.
Coco.
Yes.
I want to see some Nyx DPS as well alongside Shin.
Okay. Now, if I for our tank options is Punch and Coco. Do we know if Coco has a tank on her? She didn't have that in her description, so I don't even know. But you know what? Let's take Coco for tank. We'll run some tank Coco. Let's go.
Punch. I hate to pick your last because you're a deadly player in this build, but you're going to be vital to this. And you're playing tank again. We did see you pull out a pretty mean hazard round 1. Let's see if you can pull out another even meaner, maybe something else.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I guess to recap, for my team, we have. Oh God, this is so hard to remember. So it's Yako and. Oh, who's my other support? Cass. Yako and Cass on support. Killy and Ryoto for damage, and I've got Coco for tank. Let's go, Coco.
And we've got on my team, Team Iggy. You don't have to be called that. That's fine. Punch on tank. We've got Shin and Nyx on DPS, and we've got Pi and Liam Fox on support. Pretty elite teams, I've got to say. I actually don't know, just reading it off, who has the advantage here. I think it's definitely going to come down to the hero picks, the ability choices, and the builds.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I'm excited. Ryoto, are you confident in the team I've constructed for you?
I was confident until you put me on it. And I think without me, they would have been all right.
You're going to give us some insight into what hero you might play?
Oh, Bastion, probably.
Yeah. I reckon the team should go 5 Bastions.
We should. Let's do it. We'll figure it out. We'll do it for you, Iggy. We'll do it for you.
Can't wait to see it. Oh, we're delighted to see maybe a clip
Oh,
from Coco's
no.
stream, a live
Is
reaction.
Coco mad at me?
That production is going to play for us right
see
now.
this.
Let's have a look.
Let's see this clip.
My
Yeah.
team morale's already pooped.
No, 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 no. Please. Anything but that.
Oh, is this
no.
her finding out she's
Hello?
on tank?
Hello.
Anything but that. Well,
Oops.
you know, sometimes we have to deal with the cards that are put out for us, and I think everyone wants to see some Coco tank. I want to see it. I don't know about you guys.
I want to see some Coco tank. Absolutely. Let's see how she fares up against punches. It will be very interesting.
Yeah,
And she's got
huh.
pretty incredible backline for her as well. I mean, being able to keep her alive. I think it's going to definitely come down to the hero choices.
Yeah, Ryoto, we're putting this on you. All right,
We're putting
Ryoto,
this on me?
thank you for
Yes.
thank you for the interview, and thank you for helping us just decide our teams.
Goodbye, chat.
Best of
Well,
luck.
cheer me on. We'll win. We're gonna scale better. Watch this.
Good luck, good luck, good luck. It'll be very, very interesting. I don't know
Alrighty.
if the teams are called named after ourselves, but you know what? Should we put some money down? How about some channel points? Are we allowed to bet on our particular teams? I'm confident in mine. How confident you are in yours?
Look, I think my backline is going to be able to just support Coco all the way and get rid of this fear that she has for being on tank. You know, I think maybe we can instill some confidence here, and we'll have to see how this goes. Really,
I would be interested to see Coco on tank as well. Maybe they're hiding a secret, like they are secretly really good at tank, but they just don't like playing it. Because I can honestly feel that in the current meta in Overwatch, it's pretty miserable to play tank, and you can be good at it and just not want to play it. So she might be hiding,
exactly. Like
an ace up her sleeve, showing off
Yeah.
some insane, like, Hazard, Sigma, Reinhardt gameplay. Let's see some Reinhardts out there. I'm sure Liza would love
like
it.
I took a look at Coco's career profile, and for competitive hours across every season for tank, there was 13 minutes. So I am so confident in Coco.
We're gonna have a replay of Coco's clip here of where she was chosen for tank.
Coco, they're considering putting you on tank.
No.
They're thinking about it.
No.
the worker
No.
tank.
No. 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 Please. Anything but that.
Oh,
Oh no.
well, that's probably
Well, I'm
instilling
excited.
confidence in your team, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm-
I'm so ready. My team is great.
Definitely gonna bet all of my channel points and real life money on my team. No offense, Coco. It's just she's not instilling confidence, I think. But honestly,
Look,
again,
look,
ace
it
up the
might
sleeve.
just-
Who knows how she plays it?
Exactly. It's Stadium. It can go any way. Maybe this backline is going to be so dominating. Maybe Coco is just going to pick the perfect tank to verse punches tank. We have no clue what's going to happen, but we are getting stuck into the game just about now. Let's see. We can talk about the characters that we've got here in just a second. The first map we are going to is Ilios Ruins Control. Now, I guess we can talk about our teams. So my team, I've got Cass on Ashe, we've got Killy on Juno, and we've got I thought I said for Cass to be on support and Killy to be on damage. You know that? Oh, who cares? It's a Stadium. I don't even know what's going on. So we've got Cass on damage this time. We've got Killy on support, and we've got Coco on the Diva into Punch on Ryan. I have no clue how that matchup is going to go, but we've got Ryoto and Cass and Yako on the Ana again. How about your team?
Yeah, I've got Pie by Pie on the Moira, Liam Fox on the Kiri. That could be a deadly build on there, especially being able to pull out that semi-pro gameplay on a Kiri can be absolutely deadly. Ashel on the Cass, very strong pick. Cass has been pretty consistent throughout this. We've got Shin on the Tracer and Punch falling out on a Reinhardt. Love to see it. First Reinhardt of the day. Let's see what kind of shenanigans he can get up to.
This will be very interesting. We'll have to see how this goes. And the fight is getting underway. Teams approaching the center of the map as we see Shin going on a little bit of a flank on the Tracer. Now the Cass watching it down. Ryoto trying to pressure out. The recall coming out. Shin forced to just back up a little bit as Astro next finds the pick onto Cass. Beautiful headshot coming out there as Punch is charging into the backline. Gets antied from Yako, but Nyx is there to follow up and gets the kill onto Yako, onto Ryoto. A little bit of a triple for Astro Nyx. You might have had a goated pick up here.
Yeah, Astro Nyx, I think, has had a little bit of an unlucky draw, as I've discussed. I'm not sure if they might have only won one so far, but I've noticed them. There's been a very, very consistent DPS throughout all of this. I think they just had a little bit unlucky run. And they're able to consistently hit those shots on the Cassidy is very, very strong for Team Red.
Yeah, we see the point flip, 25% going to Team Red as Shin finds the pick onto Yako, and they were being held at the spawn a little bit here. It's a little bit difficult to push in, a little bit hard to move up here. Let's see how we are going. Shin putting out a little bit of damage, blinking around, getting a little nervous as Punch goes for a pin, going in, and somebody is off the map, I think. I'm not entirely sure. I think it was someone that was able to get back up. They found their footing as Punch getting a little low, but finds the Fire Strike kill onto Ryoto as a lot of damage is coming out here, and Shin gets the pick onto Killy. The pin from Punch coming out onto the Diva. Astro Nyx finds Cass. Shin gets the kill on the baby Diva on Coco. My team!
Oh my god, the sneaky Tracer play here. Nobody sees Shin just right at the spawn door. Able to maybe get a one clip off. Insane sleep by Yako.
Shin, the little rat, put to sleep.
Cass able to get picked off by the lava of the Fire Strike, and no one's able to touch point. That was a very, very
It's
cool.
just not enough. Maybe the distraction from Shin there was enough to kind of keep them off payload there as Punch gets MVP for the round, getting $14,000. Killy gets 12k for themselves. 1-0 to your team, Iggy. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty confident in my team. I feel like I made some fantastic picks. I mean, it's been known that a lot of my team members have been popping off consistently through every round, and I've developed this super team here, and I'm really proud of each and every one of them. But you know, there's a good chance that your team have noticed what we've rolled out on and the builds that we've got and can counter around it. That's the nature of Stadium.
Yeah, I believe in my team, right? I think Coco is gonna find the footing here into this Reinhardt. Now I will say Diva into Ryan is not a nice matchup at all. So I think it is up to a bit of the backline here to try and support. Now the thing is, Ana into Reinhardt is actually very good, but they do have Liam Fox with the cleanse, so any sleep, any anti-nade that comes out from Yako here has a pretty straightforward rock, paper, scissors counter. It's not that easy of a step forward.
Definitely not. I mean, you've got a couple of hit scans on your team that can easily be shielded off by the Ryan who plays his cards right, and the Diva can play around the enemy DPS pretty well, and even able to shield off a couple of these fire strikes that do trigger a little bit of lava behind them. But how are you gonna fight against someone touching your spawn door and coming up from you from behind?
We have the entire enemy team that has decided to flip the map. Team Red is now playing from the side of Team Blue as Team Blue kind of realizes what's going on. Ryoto, no, he's been found off going for a little flank, but is getting punished, getting a little bit of torture here as Astro Nyx finds the pick finally, and looks like Team Red is approaching. Now Yako getting a little low as Coco finds the pick up onto Shin. That is my Diva as Liam Fox finds the pick. Headshot onto Cass here. And how are we going? Punch is just charging around. There's a bit of lava dropped on the bounce pad, but Astro Nyx finding Yako on the edge of the map. We have a full HP fight. The anti comes up. Astro Nyx, I think, is just punching. I don't know. Is this disrespect?
The disrespect coming from my team. I mean, I think I taught them well. They must have caught a Nicky stream recently.
What is going on here? Is this blue spawn? Punch just having a bit of fun. As Ryoto decides, hey, I don't like what's going on here.
Oh, insane cleanse!
But the cleanse
Oh
from
my
the Kiri
God.
just saves Ryoto.
Oh wow.
Oh. All right.
This
Well,
is,
we've
the
got
pinnacle of these kind of creator show matches where it is just for fun and everyone's doing a little bit of everything and just being all over the
Yeah.
place. We get some very
Punch.
comedic moments, like a Ryan
Yeah,
in
as-
your spawn and the rest of your team is nowhere to be seen.
Exactly. But
it finally
as we
gets
speak
punished.
of this, yep, Yako gets the sleep onto the ride, and we finally pick it up as the nano nade comes off, getting a bit of space as Pi by Pi gets the pick onto Cass, but seems like the point has flipped in Team Blue. Go Team Blue, that's my team. Oh, as Ryoto just forced Astrolix though. A little bit of a Cass fight going on, but fight still going on. We have the Juno ult ready to go. Are we going to see it used here? Yes, we are. As aggression is up, but Liam Fox finds the headshot on the Killy Mercury. Just a little too much damage. The Nano Diva Bomb dropped into the bottom of the map. Not able to get anything, but Punch
And the
is going to take Bomb for a
is
bit of a
blown up
ride
the
into the
map
lava.
with Ryan.
Punch is joining too. Hey, we take those.
We take those.
We take
I
those.
mean, look, if my Ryan didn't decide to pin off the map with a bob, then maybe we would have had a chance to hold down the fort there a little bit. You know, just taking him off of point would have been fine enough. But no, we had to pin himself off the map with the bob. Love your work, Punch. Fantastic.
You see what we call that? We call that mind control. All right, my team actually made that happen.
Well,
Alrighty, well,
can we agree on
moving
no
on.
mind control this map, please? Come on.
sure. I'll
Come on,
inform
red
them.
team.
I'll
We gotta
inform
lock
them.
in.
But moving.
I put 3,000 points on the line.
All right. Well, we are moving on to control here, and what are we building? I'm looking at what items Coco is buying. We've got Nano Cola. So as Coco gets demeched, she actually gets Nano Boost for 4 seconds. So we could be looking at a stage where we have a little bit of an unkillable baby diva here, and she's just investing in a lot of armor. We'll have to see how this plays out. Now, if we compare this to the other side with Punch just kind of going for a bit of a flying charge kind of build, you know? He's just having a bit of fun moving about.
Yeah, I mean, Punch is definitely having fun with it. Coco has still shown that she does have a tank on it, and that's cool to see. Definitely getting some couple of picks there and is building quite a formidable diva build right now. It's going to definitely be difficult for my team to keep up there consistently, and even if we stop trolling around a little bit, it might actually prove to be pretty difficult to maintain a lead.
As the round gets underway here, 1-1. It's been a while since we've had a 1-1 so far. I think the previous two matches has been just 3-0. So no mercy rule is going to be happening. We're going to be playing to 4 points. This is great. We got a full game today.
It is good. We get a full game. I mean, even our first match, which was a little bit closer, it ended up being like a 2-0 before it became a 2-1. So we haven't had a 1-1 today.
Yeah, and
And the punch is
just
already in the back
having
line.
a bit of fun in the air. As Shin finds
Shin
2
locking
on both of
in.
the supports for blue team. Just having a bit of pressure. Look at him go. Shin
Genji on him, but Tracer as
finds
well.
Ryoto as
There you
well.
go.
And we have the Nano
up the
Coco,
full
gets
team.
Shin low, forces the recall, but it's enough to live. But the point flips to red team, and we have Punch just showing up to the spawn and gets the pin on the baby diva. And, you know, maybe it's not the worst thing. We have a diva mech there, you know?
And Punch is finding so much safety in the arms of the enemy spawn right now, and it's just proving to be unfortunate for him for most cases. He's getting a pin kill in, but ooh,
Oh! A
incredible
beautiful
nano.
stick from Shin, but beautiful reaction time from Yako, getting the nano off onto himself, keeping himself alive, but Shin, a little bit of a monster on Tracer here, finds both the DPS as Coco gets the trade back onto Astral next. Liam Fox finds Killy, and Cass burns Shin alive from the grave.
Yeah, I mean, Punch just
As-
absolutely kind of aura
Here is
farming
Flying
there
Punch.
on the Rhine, just flying in, doing whatever the heck he wants, while Shin is just there to carry his team, while his tank is just in Narnia, 90% of the game.
As all the kills come in from red team, and the point is going to stay. It just barely didn't flip over to blue team. It's getting real close, but Shin's putting in a bit of work in the spawn. This man cannot be stopped. He is just running about. He's hiding in the corners. As Punch decides, yep, I'm going to touch the spawn door one last time, just before the round ends. Let me get a bit of aura going, and that's the second round for Red Team.
The silliness going on in these matches are fantastic. I'm glad we're finally seeing a Reinhardt, and they're doing the exact Ryan things I wanted them to do, which is absolutely just picking the flying Ryan builds, going across the map. It's absolutely setting themselves like they're in zero gravity on, what's that, Lunar Colony map? Having a wild time. It's funny, and I almost like Shin is putting in the work right now, but I almost feel bad for him because he's having to absolutely sweat so hard to be able to let his team win because his tank is in another dimension. He's playing in another map.
Yeah, Shin's putting a lot of work in here on the Tracer, and look, I think my team is doing pretty damn well given the fact, we might have Punch touching the spawn doors, but they're doing good getting their get back. Ryoto's using all these abilities to stop Punch from charging out, and they're finding the picks and they're getting the motion. They just need a little more.
It's a fierce competition.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it could ultimately be up to the item and ability picks from Team Blue here to be able to maybe turn the tides a little bit. Honestly, if they stop getting pins and just ignore the Reinhardt, it's a 5v4. Honestly, Punch is playing a different game right now. Just ignore him and move forward. Just keep an eye out for the Shin, because Shin is just doing damage. If you can pile on Shin and make your way to point, you're going to be absolutely fine.
Exactly, and look, we're about to get stuck into here. Control point on Busan. This map tends to favor those longer ranges a little more than most, and Punch is already at the point. This is the showing of building a charging Reinhardt with the flying, and we are off to the races. He's off to the spawn door. He can't get enough. As Shin finds Ryoto in the back. Shin, he's running a bit of a mess here on the Tracer. He's not making it easy, and he's letting Punch.
Ooh.
He's making up spaces. Punch just hits a slam dunk onto Cass, and Yako gets a little bit of a self nano, but the pin coming out, and we're taking Yako back to his spawn.
How do you counter a Reinhardt dropping on you from absolutely nowhere with a swing and a 5-strike to the face? That is just too deadly to counter.
Maybe the only way to counter it is to look up, I think, rather than looking ahead. And Punch, he's just running about. He's having fun. Astro gets the pick onto Yako. Look, maybe did I set these guys up for failure? Maybe. But, it's all in good fun. Shin finds Coco and Liam, gets a headshot onto Ryoto's. Punch just... He's sightseeing, he's moving about, he's getting to see the beauty of Busan,
This is just Punch POV for the whole thing, because, what is he doing? It's entertaining to be like, what's going on in his mind? He has pin on, a 7-second cooldown, and is just consistently using it whenever it's not on. Diving in and out.
Yeah, but, we might... We may have been spectating Punch this entire time, but the point has actually been flipped in Blue Team's favor. They're pulling up to 80%. Yeah, you wouldn't notice it because we've only been watching Punch, but Blue Team is actually winning this so far. We'll have to see where this is going, really. Yes, Astro gets the pick onto Yako. Punch gets a slam dunk.
Realize? Iggy, Cheap Iggy, what are you doing?
What is going on? Maybe
cap the point.
Some intense competition.
You know what? It's 2-2. My team is holding it. They're holding their own. If you look at the score.
I mean, all right, whatever. We're going to bring it back. We're going to realize that a point exists and it's not a game of who can touch the spawn door the most. And we're actually going to win this one. I tell you now.
Maybe that is the game that is being played. We see Shin in the chat, we see C9 again, my supports. Oh no. I'm sure that is not acting, and they, this is genuine, and
absolutely. I'm 100% sure they did not realize they didn't cap.
Yeah, it happens to everyone C9s from time to time.
The amount of times I've scrimmed Liam Fox's team and they would just C9 consistently, I wouldn't put it past them to just overlook the point entirely.
Yeah, you know, for those who saw the farewell supernova video, they did have a pretty famous C9 as a group. So maybe Liam Fox just carrying that notion into these matches here.
That's right. Maybe as a
the team never
community in
dies, if you think about
OCE,
it.
maybe as a community in OCE, we can call it an S9 from now on.
Yeah, Stadium 9, very nice.
I was thinking Supernova 9, but all right.
Oh no, yeah, no, that makes way more sense actually.
SN9? I don't know. The 9 is there because it was Cloud9. Maybe it's just an SN. You pulled a supernova. You've left the point. You've touched spawn door instead of fighting on point. Congrats.
Well, we are getting underway here as we've got Kiriko rolling out on the skateboard, and what do you know it, Punch is flying! Woo! And he's already at the point. Now, is he just going to touch the spawn door in every round? I'm honestly not sure whether they're going to tap in for this one or not.
Ooh.
He's a little bit of a baby charge there, getting some damage off, but gets antied himself as there's a dynamite stuck to his shield.
He's
But
not
blue team is
immediately
not
going
able
to the
to-
spawn door, so I'm assuming that they
Yeah,
might
this
have
is
actually locked
weird.
in
It's
for
a
this
little
one.
uncanny. I'm uncomfortable.
Astral
Nick's- Gets a roll kill onto Yako. Yeah, as Cass, you can build a combat roll damage build, so that is what Astrolix is doing here. As Punch gets the
God.
fire strike onto Ryoto, and oh my god! Punch bumps Cass into the air, then picks her up and takes her off the map. That is unfortunate, and Red Team is pushing here. We're taking a bit of a lead as Shin finds Ryoto. And
Shin's
things
still
have calmed
putting in
down a
the
little
work.
bit, but yeah, I'm sure things are going to get very hectic soon as Punch is back. But Shin just proving a little bit of some menacery on this Tracer, finding Killy, and it seems that they're just not able to deal with Shin here. It's very impressive, and here comes Punch flying into the spawn.
Just him flying in like an absolute bus, just shooting through, coming out with
As the shadow
as
comes
well.
down.
Seems to be able to pick up a couple of themselves.
What
my
are we
God.
gonna find? Yako falls, Shin falls to Cass as Coco gets demeched as well. This might be a bit of a convincing push, and Punch has finally reached the spawn door. You know, it took him long enough. As the point gets finished here, pretty. You know, man, they're just having a bit of fun now. Shin finds up Ryoto, as Killy falls to Astrolix, and that one was all the way through there. You know.
But we
I
are for the
wonder
first
why
time
Punch
making
didn't
it
touch
to
the
a
spawn
round
door.
6. And
Yeah.
potentially even a round 7. So this is getting a little bit drawn out.
As
compared to our
Ryoto
other
is
map.
being incredibly toxic. Yeah, Ryoto toxic drops a GG in the chat already. Gosh,
Wow.
gotta have some hope here. You know, come on.
I definitely think there is, an opportunity for your team to bring it back. I mean, as Stadium goes, you can change up your builds mid-game. I mean, you're stuck with your abilities, but you can absolutely change all of those purchases that you make, and maybe mix things up. And looking at Red Team here, you probably want to get a little bit more defensive and maybe try and, I don't know, put a bit of points into your HP and stuff, so you might be able to survive a sky pin out of nowhere.
Yeah, we might see.
But could happen.
Yeah, we might see Punch initiate that warp drive and into all the way to the spawn door again. And maybe this round will go in favor of Team Blue. We'll have to see as Armory phase is getting its way to the end here, as Punch, just really investing all in tank. I think he's just trying to pin and have a good time, as everyone else seems to be doing a bit of a stock standard build. Ashore Nick's doing this ability combat roll build. I really hope to see another kill there. It'd be great to see that from Ashore's POV. I'd love to see that roll action. But let's watch this Punch rollout, shall we?
Yeah, let's see. Is he going all the way to spawn for this one now that they're up one? Or is he going to play this one a little bit more seriously now that victory is just 1 point away? It does look like he's going for the spawn touch. If I can see this flank going correctly.
He
definitely wants
like
to
a
touch
moth to a flame.
Team as well. Oh,
Moth to a flame, and Yako might have just been awaiting the arrival. I heard the sleep dart go off, but it just didn't connect there. And successful spawn door touch. Astral gets the spawn door touch. Are we gonna wait here for Yako? Is Astral gonna spawn camp Yako with the combat roll here? Surely not.
Punch another pin kill out of nowhere
Finds the
from
pin
the other
onto
side of the
Cass.
map. Poor Cass.
Yeah, as Astral is getting a bit
Yako!
low, attempted
Oh!
spawn kill, going sent back into spawn, forced by Punch, as the point has not even flipped to anybody yet. There's just a little too much fighting, but
Oh, they're
I
letting blue
think they
team
might just
take
be
it by the
giving it
looks
to
of
blue team.
Oh, and
That's
Punch has
Ryoto.
gone off the map again.
Yeah, we love to see it as Ryota gets pinned off the map. Cass got a little bit of a tickle on the coach gun and
Oh
gets
no,
the kill credit.
Cass! No,
Is Cass gonna make it? Cass, no!
And killed the
Astral
roll,
goes for the
but
roll
Nick's
kill
dies
just
as
to
well.
finish Cass off. Yeah, you can't roll too close to the edge,
Oh my
otherwise
God.
you'll be gone. As Shin is initiating the
That is
spawn camp
incredible.
drive, but you know, the flip is in blue team. We're just having a bit of fun here.
I mean, you can have a goat Ana on you and have a really good sleep dart ready to go, but you can't sleep a pinning Ryan when they have their shield up. There's not much you can do against that. See? Case in point. Like,
Yeah,
you try
it's-
and sleep there, but it's still coming straight at you. It's absolutely an unstoppable force.
Yeah, there isn't too much you can do there as Liam finds Yako, Shin gets the kill into Ryoto. Coco gets the trade back onto Shin though. Maybe the Diva is coming alive here. As they're actually being forced back, but you know the point is still in favor of blue team, I'll have everybody know. So Punch
Jordan
charging
is
to
out
spawn
for
gets
round
the
4.
little hammer down,
think
but
maybe-
that shield's getting low as he's going for a pin, just keeping that space as oh, look at that, we're going to a round 7. Yeah.
I think honestly it was just a tactical move. I was talking to Team Iggy before. You weren't there, don't worry about it. And we decided that we want to see what it's like with all of the abilities and the maxed out purchases that we can get. We had insane builds in mind that are going to be incredible late game. You're not prepared for it. It's going to be insane. And we're just drawing it out so we can get
Exactly.
these insane builds going on because we haven't yet seen any round 7s until right now.
That's true, yeah. So with how Stadium works, you get to buy 4 ability upgrades and you get to buy your 4th and final one on the last round. So we're actually going to see everyone with 4 little upgrades here. So it's either going to upgrade, you know, their main primary weapon damage or their abilities or their ult or how they interact with other people. So maybe, you know, I'm sure Punch will decide, you know, not to touch the spawn door straight away this time. He might take this round a little more, you know, for the victory points. But maybe a fully evolved Coco on Diva could be the difference.
It'd be very interesting to see now that everyone's basically maxed out for their potential, what builds they've ended up with to really show if they do go head to head and then both teams are super serious. Maybe your team have been cooking up some late game stuff that are going to counter, you know, the things like Shin being an absolute menace on the Tracer or Nyx's insane roll kills that they've been able to consistently get. Or maybe there's finally a counter to a pinning Skyrine with a shield in front of you. Who knows? You might be able to pull it out.
And yeah, we're here on Payload Race on Powder Keg Mine. This was a new map that was added recently. There was a lot of hype for this, especially when this new game mode came out. And we're going to see, are we just going to see tanks camping on the point while the other team is trying to push? We'll have to see the playstyle. Now, if Punch does commit to touching the spawn door here, we're going to see a bit of an advantage for blue team, but we'll have to see how the follow-up is and whether they can deal with this flying Ryan and the Shin that seems so hard to deal with.
Yeah, Shin has been an absolute menace, but so has Nyx. They've both been very consistent in the roles that they're playing. And Liam Fox as well, just being able to pick up just casts just like that, and Ryoto getting pinned out of the sky, but not able to land the pin, but he still goes down, unfortunately, because Liam Fox is flanking too.
Yeah, but this is
hit the team up and push that point along with Nyx. It's going to be pretty consistent, and Blue team have already gotten off the point. It's going to be very tough for them to
and we
contest
do
at
see
this point with
Punch
Orion at your spawn.
at the spawn. What do we know as Shin picks up Killy Mercury and Astro finds the pick onto the baby diva of Coco as the red payload is moving forward nicely through to the second point.
And they're just all over the place. It would be really, really hard to counter Team Red right now. We've got Shin on every single off angle that you can think of, with you consistently having to look up for a Skyrine out of nowhere. But you've also got Liam Fox as this Kiri on the flank as well. It's just proving very, very difficult for Team Blue to even get out of spawn right now.
So see Cass moving, but the solo shatter from
He
Punch misses the
disappeared.
charge, but what can Cass do? We have a double coach gun, but it's not enough to get away as Punch finds the kill, and he'll just be chilling on this payload as Red Team is moving this one on.
Yeah, Shin just being still a menace in the spawn, just pretty consistently non-stop shooting. Already used recall, so he's going to go down, but Punch comes out of nowhere and pins Ryoto against the spawn doors. What can you do against that?
Attempted to get down, Mr. President. Yeah, but couldn't get there in time. Shin falls, but
already.
yeah, it looks like we're going to see a proper cap here from Red Team, but Punch taking a little tank 1v1 versus Coco here, trying to stop them from getting any progress as Red Team is moving it on. But they've kind of halted their progress here. It's they're not moving too much. Astronix hit some great shots on the Cassidy here. Onto Cass. Shin finds Ryoto. And the stick onto Coco. It's a pretty big hitbox, but just the shadow comes out. Not too sure what that was. I think that was a solo shot onto Yako in the spawn. And looks like we're just letting the timer run down here rather than finish the
Red
map.
Team has stopped the point. This seems like a little bit of a domination going on. You know, when I picked my team, I was pretty confident in a lot of my team members. I mean, Nix has been a very consistent DPS this whole time. Shin, of course, as well, and Pi has been, I think, a little bit of a bit of a hero on a lot of her teams and trying pretty hard to keep their team alive this pretty whole time and very, very consistent.
Maybe I
think I
picked my
picked very
team with
well.
vibes considered too much, I think. You know, I'm sure the vibes are great. There's you know, we see Red Team getting into the final push here as a lot of kills are coming through, and look, you know, they put up a good fight. Punch was touching a lot of spawn doors. There's 10 seconds left. You know, we're not going to see too much done here, but I think it was a fight well fought.
Yeah, I mean, that was a valiant effort, I think, from both teams. It was very difficult. I think this honestly came down to comp more than anything. Having that Ryan build where you could basically turn yourself into the ultimate dive hero alongside a Tracer, and who knew Shin had such a go-to Tracer on him as well. Being able to absolutely do these dives into the backline consistently with Kiriko there, a semi-pro Kiriko on your sidelines, they're able to just pull off incredible plays without them even able to leave spawn properly. Because you're being just shot from so many different angles, and then Ryan just comes out of nowhere, just like in that play of the game.
Yeah, it was very strong
to
there.
my team.
Yeah, you get a little bit of bragging rights this time around, but you know, maybe next time I'll get my get back. But you know, very nice.
I'm proud of each and every one of them.
A great time for everyone there.
And that was very fun to watch, and very comical, and very much in the theme of this kind of show match where, again, it is all just for fun. We're just trying to put on a show for you all here, and we're not counting any points or anything. Although I did just get my channel points back. Nobody betted on your team. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't even know there was betting going on. I would have.
Yeah, no, we had a prediction going on. I put a solid like 3K on it, and I'm glad to see it return to me. But it is, again, just all for fun. We're just having a bit of a laugh out here with a bunch of OC creators, and we're just getting silly with it, as we just saw from that map. And all the maps really have just been a little bit of just, you know, all over the place. People picking some random builds, maybe some players more than others just having just doing it for the memes and the content. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all here because we're content creators. We're trying to make you, the audience, have a good time while watching this stuff. And yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying it. The flying Ryans have been especially fun. I found that round.
Yeah, so I believe we are wrapping things up today. So I want to give a thank you to all of the creators that have come out today and helped us put on a little bit of a show here, showing off Stadium, showing off you guys, and doing, you know, some funny builds, some fun builds, and running it down, showing off you guys' skills. We really appreciate you guys' time, and thank you guys for coming out, for putting on a good show today. We really appreciate it. And make sure you guys go check out all these amazing creators here.
Yeah, we've got all the creators up here. Feel free to check them out. I believe most of them would be live right now. Go in, give them a follow, say g'day, say great job today. It's been an absolute pleasure casting all of these players today and having a bit of fun, just, you know, a little bit different, doing something like Stadium and kind of showcasing this game mode a little bit more, especially for those that might not be playing it that much, and seeing the kind of silliness that you can get with these kind of wacky builds for each of these characters, and showing that it can be, you know, a lot of fun and a good time. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, all comp and stress. You can sit back, relax, and have fun playing a video game and enjoy yourself doing silly things with fun people.
Yeah, and we'd like to give a shout out to the production as well. And, you know, I want to give a big thank you to you, Iggy, for casting alongside with me. And I really appreciate everyone that's come out, all the creators that helped bring this together, HSP, and all of you guys that watched at home. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, much love. And it's been a pleasure casting alongside you too, Trizzy. And I hope that the audience enjoyed what we put on here today. And again, big thank you to HSP and all 10 creators that partook in this tournament. I hope you all had a good time as well, most importantly, too. Always keen to, you know, help you guys. You know, maybe you've made some connections. Maybe you made some new lifelong friends. Maybe there was a couple of people you played with tonight because that you hadn't, you know, talked to before, and they're really chill, and you can, you know, make some connections, and yeah, and strengthen the community that we have here in OCE. I think that's really important.
Yeah, and, you know, thank you to everyone who came out. We will be signing off. This has been Trisamail and Iggy. We hope you guys have a good rest of your night. If you have not, make sure you check out HSP, Hammer and Shield Productions. Check them out on all their socials. We really do appreciate it. And hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Much love.
I was more about the gold, 24 karat, but apparently that still ain't enough. Why they worry about me? Motivation is up. So the bitch shit with my click, not the same what you want. Try to move like weather systems and continue to front. I ain't giving a fuck, keep it moving regardless. Every bar so I reach out, you got I'm by my harvest. Ask anyone around, I've been grinding forever. But your man wax shawty in that shit is the presence.
If you slide my way, then I might hit this side of the park, and then I might switch. We on and off like a light switch. We on and off like a light switch. If you slide my way, then I might hit this side of the park, and then I might switch. We on and off like a light switch. We on and off like a light switch.
If she slide my way, then I might hit that after park, and then I might switch. We on and off like a light switch. We on and off like a light switch. If she slide my way, then I might hit that after park, and then I might switch. We on and off like a light switch. We on and off like a light switch. If she slide my way, then I might hit that after park, and then I might switch. We on and off like a light switch. We on and off like a light switch. If she slide my way, then I might hit that out the park, and then I might switch. We on and off like a light switch. We on and off like a light switch. yeah. They say life's a box of chocolate. I told them stop it. Stop. And if it don't add up, you don't get no profit. I don't believe in Santa Claus no more. Not at all. And nothing about me is an average Joe. Got my eyes on my pride. Got my money on my mind. I ain't hopping on no bandwagon. I ain't never doing that. I got too much drive. I got my eyes on my pride. Money on my mind. I ain't hopping on no bandwagon. Baby, I'm doing fine.